our blue button. We're going live in 3, 2, 1, and we are live. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Only Cops. This is our Thursday stream. We are currently bill-less and dealing with a very laggy camera with Juan still. He's got this very serious face on right now that it's frozen on.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, it's still frozen. It's fine. I want to welcome you guys. I am a former police officer, for those of you that are new. I normally welcomed with Bill, who's also a former police officer. We do also at times have Daniel from Police Law News or Chris the Cop from Chris the Cop. So go check out their channels. And on this Thursday, like every Thursday, we do a body cam breakdown. And so if you like this kind of stuff and you want to see really serious, in-depth breakdowns
Still frozen?
and echoes from people's audio, we can do that. So, anyways, if you want to see that kind of stuff, just subscribe to this channel. You can go ahead and follow us on a bunch of different stuff. We have Instagram, TikTok. We do a bunch of stupid skits on. And then, of course, YouTube while you're here. Go ahead and turn on the bell notifications because we go live twice a week every Tuesday. We do Tactical Tuesday where we play video games. And then Thursdays we do this. Yes, Juan.
What?
Oh, I thought you said something. Oh,
I said
back.
we do.
Oh.
I just said we do. I was agreeing with you. I was
okay.
I was yes-anding you, you know.
Yes, and
I'm a good improv partner here.
Pamela, what's going on? Brian Porter, my favorite thing on YouTube. I feel the love. I want to go ahead and give a special congratulations to the best badge bunny we know, because her and Michael are currently engaged. So shout out to them and congratulations. We have love on this channel.
Time to put a ring on it. Damn.
Shout out to also St. George, or as the rest of us know him as Sergeant George, for joining. Go ahead and drop a like. That'll get some more people to watch this. And I'm currently watching the chat. So if you guys have random questions, Juan will try to keep me on board, and then I will periodically go peek at it. We've got 9.
I will be more careful today with the chat. Crazy. I need to make that clip. That's going to be a great.
I tagged it for you, so.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah.
Win-win. Hi. I hope The Simpsons and Family Guy do more cop episodes. We can watch and laugh them live together. I don't know that we can live stream those, but we could definitely record it because there's like a certain ratio that we can showcase and then have to give feedback for it to be considered a reaction. If not, you're basically taking copywritten material. So we have to be very careful with that. We are now subject matter experts in what we call terms of service. We can thank producer Juan for that. So for those
technically we could do it, but like we'd have to fight it on the back end. It would get immediately taken down by YouTube, and we'd have to fight it on the back end. And it's like, well, then what's the point? We're 5 minutes into a stream and it gets shut off. But yes, more Officers Reacts for Family Guy and The Simpsons are going to be coming out.
Cool.
We're definitely doing those, and we're definitely doing more of The Rookie. I know coming up of stuff that's already in the pipeline that we've already recorded. We've got more End of Watch.
Hell yeah.
I know we need to film more Southland. I found
a way. Some clips, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I found a way for us to watch the whole series that is totally legal and totally cool.
Totally legal and totally cool. Axon body cameras ready for the stream. Sergeant George already out here trying to get me in trouble. So, like I said, you guys can go ahead and drop some questions in the chat if you have them. And if you really want to get access to us and have a 24-hour chat, we do have a Discord. Discord is tied to our Patreon group. It's as little as $1 a month, and that is the paywall we put to keep trolls out of our very cool group that we have on Patreon or on Discord. That Discord's how we share clips. This is how we do stuff. This is how we give announcements. And probably later tonight, for the after party, Juan and I are going to try Tarkov, but that'll be a Patreon specific. And so Christ. We're going to go get killed probably as scabs.
You can go see me be the angriest I've ever been at a video game, because that pissed me off so much when I tried it.
So anyways, we're going to get to the clips. Go ahead and put a baby Jesus in the chat for Bill, who's clearly living his best life up north right now. He's doing pretty good. He's just having a cool vacation.
Is it McKeigan?
McKeigan. Yes, he's in McKeigan. I think it's McKeigan.
McKeigan, I think it's how it's pronounced. McKeigan.
Shivaldi McKeigan.
That's right. Yeah.
So this was a clip. It's not police related, but I want to showcase why I had a lot of heartburn about the freeway and why you should always be careful when driving on the freeway, because you are being subjected to the rest of the people on the roadway. Oh, that is definitely music I can't show.
Oh my God.
But I'll let it loop real quick. This is what happens when 18-wheeler tires leave. This is what they do to cars. So just be careful out there.
Dude, I looked up and I just saw a car
Yeah,
flying
car
through the
flipping.
air.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So shout out to Ready Man Network. They got a bunch of cool stuff if you want to go follow them on Instagram. But yeah, be real. I used to hate where there was at least every other day like a catastrophic accident on. I had 3 different highways that went through my area of accountability, and they were major. One was an interstate, and the other one was a like a Texas highway and a toll road. It sucked. The whole thing kind of sucked.
Dude, I've seen something similar to this. I saw it in my rearview mirror, but because I do a lot of driving, so I see a lot of stuff. But it was at night, and there were these 2 cars that were literally like, so they were like next to each other. They were driving next to each other. One of them wouldn't let the other one pass. It was one of those dumb things where they're both mad, but they're both going like 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
On an interstate, and so they're like going 3 miles an hour, getting mad at each other, not letting each other pass when there's like open road up in front of them, and so like. And they're also at the bottom of a hill. So basically, like I'm coming up, I come up over the hill, and then I see them first, and then I see the car stopped in front of me. So I slam on my brakes and I stop. Well, the car behind me does the same thing. The car behind them does not. They smash right into it and go straight up like this.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Straight up and straight down. And I was like, oh.
Hashtag why I drive a steel body truck. Let's see.
These are all sedans.
Hey, what's going on, Alfredo? Jesus didn't even look like he was going that fast. It probably didn't. The problem is it's like a rubber wheel that's spinning, and your bumper just takes it, and it just threw him up in the air. 3 mile per hour road rage. The
It's like, why are you like? If you're racing, this is not how you race,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Brian Porter landed on the wheels and just took off. That's Dallas for you. Dallas, I've seen whole like you'll watch like a Dewey slam into like the and I'm talking slam into it and then just keep going. And you're like,
I'm gonna take that clip and then I'm gonna put a banana peel from Mario Kart over that tire.
Be looking out for that. Be looking out for that post.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen for sure.
So, anyways, trigger warning for any of you that have either work stabbings or an EMS. This next one's got the stabby stabs. So I've given due regard to the internet, so they can't be too upset about us with this next clip. I do believe we can listen to audio. Shout out to Police Posts. Gave us the SpongeBob. It's only a knife. Let's see if they gave us any other context. Nope. Because it's the internet, and the internet never gives context. Anyways, it's on a subway, clearly, yeah.
Police Post just keeps trying to teach us stuff instead of giving us context. Those losers.
Ow. Ow.
Oh.
That's fatal. This is what happens when you get stabbed. Look at this guy's wrist. Insta trauma. We get any looks at the other victim? This guy gets stabbed 2 or 3 times in the torso and then in the arm. And I don't know if you'll notice this when the guy got cut. He got cut so deep that his finger retracted. It'll cut. It'll sever the tendons and the ligaments. I guess it's tendons or ligaments. Someone in there with an anatomy physiology degree or whatever can correct me. But it's whatever connects the bone to your muscle.
Are you pre-med?
I was pre-med, but I graduated with a lesser degree of criminal justice.
They wipe your brain of all knowledge when you get into the police academy.
Exactly. Yeah, you get. So, anyways, I just saw the banana post.
Like, you don't need to know how people die.
Yeah, I just saw the banana peel.
Injuries are for EMS.
So, anyways, when it severs, a lot of times you completely lose function of those things. It's pretty serious. So, yeah, those are very, very, very bad. The good news is they're not bleeding so bad that I think they nicked an artery. That's just a lot of flesh. You'll have fat and muscle. You're going to bleed a lot. And it's probably a permanent injury to whatever it cut. But knives suck, dude. Getting stabbed sucks. I've worked a couple. Yeah. I had about 3 that I actually was like first on scene and had to treat. Yeah, every single one of them, like they bled like stuck pigs. And they really weren't stabbed with huge knives. You're talking like a 5-inch knife. It's enough to kill you.
Also, you can very clearly see in this video how trying to disarm a person with a knife is probably not.
Oh,
a good
fucking
idea,
terrible. Yeah,
just
all
'cause,
the
like,
dust training fail.
I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, because every time, even, and you'll get it, because I did this in karate too when I was in karate, and I was 11, but so they're not going to show me anything super fancy, but like, it's always like, oh, they're going to lunge at you like this. It's like, it's not a sword. They're just going to go bam, 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 bam. It's like, yeah, okay, you can block one, and then the other four, like, what's going to happen? That's why, like, just, yeah, knives are more dangerous than you'd think.
Our
And they can be moved a lot faster than you'd think.
Our favorite Badge Bunny corrected me and said tendons. I knew it was one of the two. Shout out. And there is a difference between tendons and ligaments. I think ligaments. Ligaments. Stop! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Shout out to Nighthawk. Welcome to the chat. Thank you to everyone who's here. If you're currently watching, go ahead and drop a like so more people can jump in. Let's see. Nighthawk asked, would it be appropriate to say he could have been Too soon. Too soon. Coming from someone who's certified in CPR, I would try and compress the source of the wounds. Sergeant George, I agree.
No. Chest compressions.
Chest compressions, baby.
You got to unclog all those holes.
Please don't take
Get that blood flowing freely.
Please don't take emergency medical advice from Bruiser One.
I also took a CPR class in 7th grade.
Exactly. Maybe try prison riots next. It's oh my god. Anyways, this chat's trying to get me in trouble today. Anyways, stabbings suck. I suck a lot. Do we get context here? Let's see. Hostage rescue backstory. Sacramento PD. Shout out to Sacramento. Said that at the time, a sword-wielding man was holding a knife to his wife and 2 young children in the bedroom.
Hanky.
Yeah, he's... Damn it.
I take that back. You said I wasn't listening. I heard wife, and I thought of... Go
ahead and timestamp that one. One said kinky to holding swords to kids.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
No. Yeah, we're doing it live.
Get rid of it.
So negotiator spoke with people.
I gotta stop looking at the chat. I need to look at what I'm doing here.
Do not dare be the tampon guy. SWAT vehicle is better. This is a pretty nice. We had a bear is what we called it, but it was like a converted like.
He was a Russian guy.
Stop! No, it was a armored. It was like a Brinks truck that they had converted to be a police vehicle. This is much cooler than that.
They couldn't get like Army surplus. They had to get like Chase Bank surplus.
Yeah, bro. It was a struggle bus where we were at. They also took the turret off. We had a turret. There was like a turret hole there. They just capped it, which was lame. But
that's where you put the drone to take off.
Exactly. But it is what it is. Okay. So this is I believe Isaiah is the suspect.
The sword guy.
Yeah, that's sword guy. That's kinky sword guy according to Juan.
Mm-hmm.
God, and I believe in God if you are believing.
Okay, Lincoln 8. He's yelling at her. It sounds like he may be attacked.
This is the hostage negotiator probably here. You can tell by the Apple Watch and the uniform. Not a high-speed low drag operator here. Also, in these types of situations, what a lot of people don't realize is like there is no barometer for like when is too soon or when. Oh, I gotta take that back. There is a certain window where there's like an unknown. Should I go in right now or not do it when it's a hostage situation? With a sword, to be honest, you could have possibly OC'd this guy to death or CS'd this guy to death in there to get him to comply. Because if you CS, the only problem is he's now like a choking on CS and swinging his sword.
He's now an angry blind guy with a sword swinging it wildly, and you're still gonna have to shoot him.
But they've been on scene for a while. If you have a hostage negotiator and scene staged already there and all that stuff, they've been here for a minute. Patrol's typically going to be the first person to respond to this.
Since we just watched the knife wielding guide, like a sword it's a longer knife. It doesn't actually, it's not that much harder to swing. It just reaches farther.
Yeah.
Like it, yeah.
Attacking her, stand by.
Still pretty quick.
Oh, shout out to the suppressors.
Lincoln 8, HRT launch.
So them saying HRT launch is the high risk team going in and doing stuff.
Hey, strip picture. White feet.
Bougie, they're pay to win.
White feet. White feet. Key. Affirm.
So these are helmet cams, right?
Yes.
Because I remember when you sent me this video,
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
was-
this looks like everybody's like this. It's the worst angle
it's like
to actually
it's
see
also,
anything.
it's also like a fisheye lens. The only issue I have here is if SWAT is staged, you'll notice every single, because I watched this before when we were talking about videos to do. The only issue I had specifically with this clip is there weren't already predetermined plans on how to deal with the barriers in between them and the suspect. They know generally ish that the suspect's somewhere in the house, right? They knew they were going to go into a door, and if they're going to quickly try to get in, you shouldn't have to be verbally saying a ton. Should be like, hey, there should already be a plan. You guys are going to handle the door. Keys or battering ram the thing. We're going to try it either way. You know what I mean? And then, like, as far as radio traffic, the fact that I could hear the chirp means that there's not earpieces in. I have an issue with radio traffic being chirped out like that because the problem with that is you're now notifying the bad guy. The second I heard that, I'd be cutting people's heads off or whatever. Like, you know they're coming. So, like, am I trying to say that Sacramento PD SWAT's not badass? I'm sure they're wonderful dudes, but there needs to be leadership here that's creating all of these infrastructures. And hey, let's be a little more tactical about how we're approaching this thing to make sure that we're not getting unneeded radio traffic, that we're not making more noise than we need to, and that we have a plan before they just say, unless they're like just showed up and geared up and they said, fuck it, send them. Like, then it makes sense while they're trying to do it on the fly. I don't know the context around that, but just in general, if this is you having to go do this, this is food for thought when you're playing your mind games on whether or not, if you're a cop, this could be you, SWAT or not.
No question.
Go for it.
It's a quick question. So for a structure this size, like, is this a typical amount of guys that go into a structure of this size? Is this just because they have a bigger SWAT team, or is this
So SWAT will never go in with less than 5 to like 8 guys. That's SWAT for you. PD is a little different. Like if this was a patrol thing, you're going with whoever you got. I do think
I've
there's
seen
a
cam of you going in there by yourself, which was dope.
That's what I'm getting at. Well, and
That's
there
what
was,
you have to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say when a rookie runs into a murder suspect's house by himself, you have to go in after him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like there is, and we talked about this literally the first video of last week, that there's a point of diminishing returns as far as having bodies in a certain amount of space. You're trained, you have the equipment, be prepared to handle up if it's just you and one other guy, or it's just you. There's plenty of situations where a cop was by himself and had to handle up. You have all the tools, be prepared to use them. I think we get an over-reliance in law enforcement in team things, and it's good to have because the more bodies you can have, the better it is. But it just as Poofy's pointing out, they're all standing in a fatal funnel. If this guy had a gun and not a sword, these guys would be in a real pickle. But the unfortunate reality of law enforcement is sometimes you have to put yourself there, because you're trying to give everybody the best chance at walking away from this. So this is kind of the only thing that I have a little bit of heartburn on with this.
Ran it. The other way. Ace-off.
Go.
On me.
Oh!
Right here.
Ram.
Pull it.
I'm guessing they could hear him. That's why they weren't checking all the other rooms. I was like, ooh, there's a lot of rooms there. But if you could hear them already, then you're going exactly where the threat is.
When I watched it earlier,
Yeah.
you could totally hear him yelling
Yeah.
in there. It's very soft on the video right now.
Back up.
There's the subtitles for it. Quick.
Based.
On the ground.
On August 10th,
Shout out, because he had what he had and he handled it. I have no issue with how they now. And again, and this is kind of what I want to get at with SWAT. And it's really the difference in between people that train all the time and people that don't. And it's not that patrol doesn't try to; it's just not their job. The second it became a use of force scenario, he acted incredibly quickly. 3 rounds went off, and then he was done because he realized he had accomplished what that's what training looks like. That was a real short stick. But door gets rammed. It's a very congested thing. He kind of looks for a half second. He's like, cool, there's no kids in front of him. Fuck this guy. He goes and smokes him.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Anybody that might get any heartburn about that's an idiot, because if it was your child or if it was your sister or your niece getting held by this asshole at knife point or sword point or whatever, you'd say smoke this guy too. My feelings on this type of stuff is the second you stop valuing other people's lives, you forfeit yours.
I do believe he survived too, because he took one in the leg,
You did-
and I can't read it. It's blocky, but
let's see.
I
Sounds
just not remembering. But I'm pretty sure he survived. He was like in the hospital.
that's unfortunate.
But
Yeah, Nighthawk, I would never move that fast and ready or not. It depends on the circumstances. And this is kind of what I get at. And again, this brings back, not to beat a dead horse, but to the Uvalde incident. The reason why it gets talked about a lot, and they finally fired that asshole.
yeah,
It took them long enough. But, like, the situation is going to dictate your tactics. So if it's something that's got an incredible amount of exigency, like there's victims actively getting assaulted or something like that happen, the fatal funnel doesn't matter. All of that stuff doesn't matter. If you can make it work and keep yourself out of it for as long as possible, you will. But ultimately, you are going until the threat stopped. If it's a suicidal subject and the only person that's going to get hurt is himself, and it's not illegal to be suicidal, I'm in no hurry. Why am I'm going to get all the tools and set up the perimeters and evacuate places, and I'll sit out there for 16 hours if I need to, because there's no need to rush that, because there's no potential victims here. There's no potential whatever. But you have active people getting hurt in this specific instance where the hostage negotiators like, this is not going good. And ultimately, the SWAT commander, someone like Christocop, would have made the call as to whether or not they were actually going to send in the team. The hostage negotiator, there's really just talking to the guy. Every once in a while, you may get some overlap there where that's the same person. They shouldn't be making tactical calls while they're doing that. But in a smaller team environment, you might have that. But ultimately, there is a supervisor that blesses whether or not, once they go in, it's on whoever's in there. That you kind of have to determine what goes on. If you actual heartburn, take some Pepto-Bismol. What he said. Where are we at? What is this?
Just give me
Shout out to Police Fitness Nutrition. Protect and serve the oath. This is lifting a car with the bare hands. We already did this one. I don't know why this showed up again.
oh yeah, I don't know.
So shout out to Police Post Oakland PD. Shout out to Oakland for anyone that's still wanting to be a cop in Oakland. I'm sure a better man than me. Let's see.
They put that boy to sleep.
This is clearly a potentially suicidal or homicidal subject, but he is by himself sitting in there. I don't know what the.
Oh, that taser?
That was a taser.
That was a taser? Damn. I guess if he's just chilling there,
It's good.
you can line up your shot.
Ew.
That's incredible. Yeah. So that is that on a good taser hookup, that's what would happen. Your muscles tense up and you just kind of stiffen out like a board. But shout out to them. Also, shout out to them for tasing him and not just standing there and staring at him like, oh, look, the taser worked. You actually went and disarmed the guy while he was under power. This is exactly how they would write it up.
Not like that lieutenant that's like, let's give him another one.
Yeah, no, not that. Oh, and they only had to tase him once, technically.
Yeah.
They disarmed him, immediately went and got control of limbs. Now, I will say this, he's pretty compliant right now. That's pretty compliant. Which a taser will do that to you if it hurts. And he might just need help. He's not threatening anybody here. I'm glad that no more force had to get used, but I am not team go up there and try to disarm him without something. I'd be pepperballing this guy or something to get that knife out of his hand. That's technically exactly how you would draw it up in a scenario. That's exactly how you'd want them to be addressed. And go shout out to these guys. That's a pretty straightforward. Shout out to Police Post. Go give them a follow. And these guys get like a B+ on the video on the cell phone camera footage. It's pretty good. They at least got the goods.
I'm gonna dock them a little bit for the dumb what is it? Not the Siri voice, but the whatever TikTok voice they have at the beginning.
Yeah,
that's just like they put that boy to sleep.
They put that boy to sleep. So I do like that.
That wasn't necessary. Just freaking show the video, man.
Nighthawk. They could have tasted. Oh wait. he gets it. He gets it. Damn Oakland, you're scary. This has got a potentially harmful stuff. So here's your warning. Most people have the time. Physical violence, preventable. Walk away is the best option. If you're not able to walk or run away, always pretend to defend yourself or others. Be smart, whatever. Be efficient or be effective.
Be
Podcast.
prepared to defend yourself or others. Don't pretend to defend yourself
Pretend.
or others, as Josh said. Just pretend you're defending yourself or others, guys.
Just pretend.
Just be like, just go like this. Don't even have a gun. Just like, here.
Oh!
That was like Flintstones level of like golden.
Like an omelet. Boop. The noise that made. Don't threaten people with sticks. It's rule number 1. I will give this guy an A++ because not only did he only strike the person with enough force to get them to stop there, he then left. He didn't like. I always hate it when you watch like an MMA fight. The guy's like clearly knocked out, and the guy's over there continuing to punch this like now motionless body. I always think it's shitty. You get the same thing in this. He just gave her one little boop. I think she might be drunk, and that's kind of why she got folded, or it was just a good hit.
Yeah, because it's just like a hit here. I think probably
Just a boop.
intoxicated of some kind. Yeah,
Or something. It wasn't that bad.
I like the sound effect.
Nighthawk said -30 unauthorized use of force.
Dude, 100% that would be unauthorized. You're like, no, she has to stab you in the face first, and then it's authorized.
Hey, Alex said, what's going on? He referred to us as daddies. It's 2022. We're that progressive here. I'll claim him.
Right.
Brian Porter, she's going to wake up like that. What's my name? Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, a shout out to this. This is a justified use of force as far as civilians go, as far as that's concerned. Yes, if somebody's threatening you with a stick, you can hit them back with a stick. At least in Texas. I don't know. You probably have a duty to retreat in other places of the country. Not here. Not in free America. This is why you don't use intermediate weapons in a deadly force situation. Knife attacks. This is another knife attack, dude. This has been stabby.
Stabby Thursdays.
Pebble. Go around the bases. You got this.
He didn't even need a home run. He just bunted it and ran and like walked the bases. He's like, I just need first base. That's fine.
So let's see how this goes down. Hopefully, shout out to Police Post. Go give these guys a follow. This was not in the U.S., but violence is violence regardless of the location.
For the radio. I need an ambulance now. I've been starting my shot.
Ginger's a cop. I need an ambulance now.
No.
Ambulance.
Hurry up! Shut up! Stop! Fucking floor!
He's still up.
Don't kick him. Don't hold him down. You're bleeding, bro. Oh yeah. Hold him. Yo. Help him.
Stabs suck, dude. That was my worst fear on patrol, was somebody getting close enough to me to stab me. Getting shot, I feel like I could do something with that, but that's just a bad day. Because once
Was he stabbed in the head?
Yeah, he probably got a gash. Head wounds.
Yeah, they bleed a lot.
The good news about head wounds is a tiny little nick, you bleed like a stuck pig. I don't know what it is that like your blood refuses to coagulate. I think it's because there's a lot of blood vessels on your scalp or whatever it is. But
you need him for your brain.
he needs an ambulance. I can't stand. Chat is out of control. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Currently, drop a like in there while we look at this. Yes, an ambulance would be necessary here. And this is kind of my issue with law enforcement not having firearms. And I'm going to say this about the UK, is that you're asking a guy that doesn't get paid to work out, that doesn't get paid to go do jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And I don't care how long his academy is, he's not doing this every day. And you're going to ask that person to intervene in a potentially deadly force situation, and he might have life-altering injuries out of this, all because some drunk asshole decided to stab him. But, like, I don't know. I really do feel for that guy. I think it's super shitty, and he probably doesn't have the lethal force option. And so, I don't know. Because knives exist, or forks exist, or sharp sticks exist, I would want a firearm if I was in law enforcement. God bless them for the guys across the pond that do it without that. You're a gal or braver than me.
Yeah, I believe it's kind of similar to how you guys had to go through rifle school for them to like be an armed officer.
Yeah.
I was watching British police channel. They were talking about it. He's like, I never carried a gun my entire 20-year career, and I was like, bro,
Damn. Shout out to that guy.
yeah.
And
Like, he had to qualify with one like once, and then that was it. But it didn't. It wasn't to actually be able to use it. It was just to like, this is what a gun is.
Jesus.
This is what it does.
This is what it does. Shout out to Nighthawk. He said he needs some milk, and then he goes, he needs a Glock. Probably does. It would help.
He needs a shield or something.
He needs
man.
something,
Give the poor
dude.
guy something.
I would do like a man catcher. You know, Google
Yeah.
that man
You know
catcher,
what?
dude. It'd be fucking
Man
incredible.
catchers are wild.
I'm telling you,
He
man.
needs to do the. You remember the gladiators that had like the trident and then the net?
Oh yes,
That's what they
dude.
need.
Hell, or just a man
Like
catcher
a man
and a
catcher
net.
with a net.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Based.
At the very
Based.
least, you get like that and the bowler wrap. And
Juan-
that's
Juan-
your modern version.
Juan's out here trying to get medieval on motherfuckers.
Gladiator Cops. That's our upcoming series. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Spelt that. Never seen it in the movies. Wow.
Copiator.
So let's see. Police post. It worked, but I remember this one. We'll just go ahead and watch this real quick.
Wow, run, bro, run. Oh, he's about to get slammed. Oh, you guys got that. I did.
The audio. So I'm here with police post. The issue with this tackle is it's concrete and your forearm that's going to catch this tackle oftentimes. You're at the very minimum going to get road rash, at the very minimum. And road rash is a bitch. Ask anyone who's ever fallen off a motorcycle or a bicycle or has just been playing tag and like fallen onto concrete, but it's basically a cheese grater. It's also in a city, in a very heavily trafficked city. And so there's bird shit. There's whatever people have been. So they went and like took a dump in a public bathroom that's clearly got like feces and shit all over the floor, and then walked on that. And now you just scraped your skin off on that. Ugh. Anyways, I've had a few injuries like that. I'm pretty sure that's why I have all the whatevers. I'm a petri dish.
Also, it's in the middle of a city at night, so it only takes one dummy who's not paying attention to run you over.
Oh sure, yeah.
In the middle of the street too.
I typically what I would advise for people, shove people. Don't tackle them, but shove them. I'm even good with the little, like, it's like you get pissed off when you see like arm tackles in football, but just like a real quick, you're just trying to get them to the ground, not land on the. Now if I'm in grass, maybe I'll think about it, but an injury is not worth it. Because if you get injured while doing it, that injury is going to start to affect you immediately. And so if I injure myself, I now can't take this person into custody, and I'm injured because I'm injured. You snap your forearm, good luck getting somebody in a handcuffing position, especially if they're motivated enough to run.
Didn't that happen to you one time, and then you didn't get like workers' comp or whatever the hell it was? Or
It's a long story.
Like you had to go to the.
Yes, it's a long story, but
anyway.
yes, I've got injured. I've been
Get your trauma.
Yeah, I've been injured a few times while taking people into custody, and it's not fun. So anyways, yeah, just be really careful with this. Police Post talks about it. Go give them a follow on Instagram if you have not. But go, they really break down why it's not smart to do that, because you're really opening yourself up as the individual to getting injured. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I see 11 concurrent viewers, or 17 concurrent viewers, and only 11 likes. Like the stream. Let's see. Oh, this one. Shout out to Police Post again. This is in El Mirage Police. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
El Mirage Police arrested a man who allegedly tried to enter an elementary school. It's probably a bad idea. 3 parents, including one who had a gun, were arrested by the police after a confrontation with officers. And I talked about this, again, not to beat a dead horse. I talked about this when it came to the Uvalde situation. When you stick officers in this type of situation, either they're going to do too much or too little, or there's no winning here on the law enforcement side of this. But from a civilian standpoint, or from somebody interacting with the government standpoint, let's not put yourself in a position where you're going to be at the mercy of said law enforcement making said decision. It's just free food for thought. There wasn't even an issue inside of the school. There was just parents that totally freaked out. I'm sure Instagram, whatever, took this and blew it up. But we'll go see how this goes down.
Next door neighborhood groups.
Do you see how many people are touching law enforcement right now? Like, I'll tell you what, like, maybe 4 or 5 times in my entire career did I let people get that close. And it's because there's no law enforcement stuff trying to happen. They're just there. These are people coming up to confront law enforcement, which is stupid. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world to do. If you have no business with them, what are you doing? These guys are showing a lot of restraint for not doing anything right now. Because I'd be, fuck it, that's assault on a peace officer, you'd be going to the ground. Don't run up and shove me.
Oh, super unsecured gun.
Hashtag buy good holsters.
Yeah.
Also,
You think that was in a holster?
No. That's what I mean. That's what I mean is buy good holsters. We'll let this play.
That seems like stretchy pants waistband. Oh my god. Is that person tased? I couldn't even
Believe
tell.
this person might be shot. This other person definitely got tased. Let's see what happened. What does it say? Officers arrived, quickly response, surrounding area, protect the kids. The situation escalated. People were arrested. Police confirmed that one was taken into custody, had a gun. Oh, I guess everyone just got tased. Nobody got shot. Shout out. I bet you he's bleeding from hitting the pavement. That's why
Probably, yeah.
That's why you don't tase people over pavement. But shout out to these guys for only tasing them because a gun popped out and somebody didn't get smoked. This guy's got the right idea. He's like, okay, fuck it, we fucked up. I'm just gonna go into custody. This is also not how this works. You don't say call the fucking ambulance right now, and it just happens. They don't work for you.
Also, they're not getting anywhere close to this yet.
Are you kidding me? If I said scene was secure and EMS saw this happening, they'd go right back to staging. This is not how you help.
It's like, cool, carry them to us 3 blocks away. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely not shot. I think he
Definitely looks
probably like hit his face or hit some part of his head.
That looks like a
And
potentially chin too.
And
I've
he's
seen
got
that
his taser out, so I'm guessing he tased him. Shout out to this chick for doing nothing in this. She's handling no one. Also, this guy's just chilling.
Hey man, if they help, they have to do paperwork.
Yeah, dude. So, don't confront the police during an active scene. Don't put hands on law enforcement, or you're probably going to get handled. And in general, yelling and demanding for service doesn't get you anywhere. That's kind of what we can learn here. Shout out to this guy.
Stop. It's okay.
So it fell out a blue shirt guy here is where the gun fell. I just saw it fall.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was like, this has got to be stretchy waistband, because I saw his shorts and I was like, guarantee you it fell out his pant legs. And it was just chilling in his waistband.
Hey, shout out to everyone that got tased. Also, this guy. I wonder if he just like laid on the gun or what the fuck happened here, but...
Well, yeah.
I don't know
He's
what
the
this guy's
Captain
talking
America move. He's like,
Yeah.
grenade!
Grenade!
Jumps on it.
So, this is just
What a hero.
all around stupid. This, I guarantee you, happened in a relatively suburban place where people just decided to go because the ghetto does not interact with law enforcement like that. Or people that are used to dealing with law enforcement don't interact with law enforcement. They're not stupid.
They know better.
Let's see. I spelled it right. Never seen it in the movies. Wow, jeez. Shout out to Richard. What's going on? Did his vest say
Posse. Yeah, it said posse.
Did it really?
Yeah. Like two or three of them had a vest that said posse.
I swear, if that's like a motorcycle, like a local motorcycle club, they're a bunch of losers.
Probably not. I'm thinking maybe sheriff's department. We talked about when Sean was on the show a couple weeks back. He talked about like official posses because it's like a thing that he could do and call upon with his authority or whatever. It was like the Posse Comitatus Act, and he explained it, and then Bill was like, you try that around me. It was great. It was a great interaction. Y'all should go back and watch that.
Wow. So that's everything for our Instagram today. Nighthawk says, if somebody's yelling gun, you'd find me running in the opposite direction. Nighthawk is not trying to win the Darwin Award for how to get shot by the police. That's probably a good idea. This type of thing happens with me. I brought the baseball bat. That's more appropriate for the 2x4 whacking video.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say that other video with the sticks.
Yeah, no kidding.
Supposed to show you. It's not about the size of the stick. It's about how you use it.
Partner gaming, what's going on? And then the body of men in a country whom the sheriff could summon. Interesting.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, that's where you. That's why it's in westerns. That's what they would get a posse together to go after somebody. Because it was just a sheriff and a deputy, and so you needed more guys. So you would just. It's like deputizing people. You just.
So the uniform people had posse vests on.
Yeah. Well, and so I was like, I don't know if that's just like a. If they're like, I don't know, volunteers. I don't fucking know, but it's just it definitely said POSSE on them.
Unless I had like again some duty to intervene, I ain't doing any of that shit. Or get sworn and blessed.
It was all the explorers. They were there.
I'm not posseing doing any of that crap.
It was Alfredo.
Hey, Real Ness 1665. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and drop a like if you're new here and give us a follow.
Here we go. He says ours do traffic control, prisoner transport, routine patrol assistance. Okay,
cool.
So they are like I don't know. Maybe they're not sworn or something, and they're just. I guess Real Ness will tell us how that kind of works. But
how fascinating!
They might just be like a different thing.
I guess because I work at a pretty bad. I've learned something today about law enforcement from the chat. I had no idea that posses were even a thing. So I work. DFW's ginormous by itself, and we were in like the third largest city in DFW or the fourth largest. It's pretty big. And so like we had TSAs or PSAs, I don't know what they're called, but they were basically like they were unarmed, but they had like trucks, and these trucks, they could help us block traffic, or they might do like parking citations they could do, but they couldn't detain, they couldn't fight people. There were big rules. They couldn't run code. I think they could run code maybe if it was like a traffic accident or something like that. But they didn't. I think they could do crash reports too, but they couldn't do anything else. I guess the closest thing to posse that we had, but they were hired by and were full-time employees of the city. They just didn't carry guns and stuff like that. Our posse wears the same uniform. Deputies on duty, shares posse's badge, qualified and armed. That's incredible. How badass!
So they probably had every right to be pushing.
And you know what I'll say? If you have an organized group of individuals that'll get the training and are motivated enough to go and volunteer their time to go do it, more fucking power to them. When they talk about the policing in your community should be done by community members, I can't think of a better example. Shout out to that. I want to do a whole deep dive into posses now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find some. Yeah.
Keep that energy when we watch the video of the security guard in the Lowe's parking lot.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a little different. Let's have some standards here. Yeah.
Let's have as long as the training is really good.
Well, and they act within.
Really clear.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Shout out to them. Arizona has Arizona Rangers still. We have Texas Rangers, but they're like cops. I mean, they're full blown like cops. BODYCAM shows the arrest of a black pastor, Pastor Brown. If you guys watch our officers react, you'll get the joke. While watering his neighbor's flowers. It's about to be a bad look.
What you doing here, man? Are they saying that is that your vehicle? It's not. The neighbors.
314. I'll be on 13.
Okay. You live here? Okay. They're saying that this vehicle is not supposed to be here and you're not supposed to be here.
Who's saying it?
They called about it. I don't know who called.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street.
You're Pastor Jennings?
Yes. I'm looking out for their house while they gone.
Okay.
Watering they flower.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, do you have like ID and all?
No, man. I'm not gonna give you no ID.
Why not?
I ain't did nothing wrong.
Well, you look. Listen. I'm not saying do nothing wrong. There's a suspicious person.
Look, I used to be a police.
This is already settled. It's a caller of a suspicious person. He interacted with that suspicious person. That person said he's watching. All he has to do is verify from the homeowner, not him, the homeowner, Because the homeowner is the only person that can have any level of authority to tell you whether or not he's not breaking in, he's not drinking or stealing their water, he's watering their flower, like he's
Okay, so now if he was there drinking out of the water hose,
well,
he's technically taking their water.
You could articulate theft in that instance, right? You could sit there and say, you're paying for the water, this is theft, unless the owner, and if the owner doesn't say it, like if I can't get a hold of the owner to verify that this person's supposed to be drinking my water out of my garden hose, right? Then I have probable cause to believe that a crime has occurred. As of right now, there's just somebody putting water on, like he's not even taking it from the property. He's redistributing the water on a person's property. This would be the equivalent of taking somebody's newspaper from their curb and putting it on their porch. Like,
Tase him.
Do I think that his attitude about not giving his ID is a little sus? Sure, but that's not illegal. There's nothing illegal about that because currently, right now, I don't see a crime to be investigated. He could have flipped them off, to be all I know.
So where's the line for when you can or when it is you have to identify?
So you have to be detained, right? So right now this is just an investigative. This is an officer initiated. He's treating this as a consent stop, basically, or it's not a. You don't have a detention. This guy took off running, right? What's the crime? Him being suspicious? That's not a crime. Like until I can have a misdemeanor in my presence. So now if the neighbor called and said he was trying to get into the house, that's a felony. That's burglary, right? So if he's trying to get in the house, this guy matches the description, he's at the offense location, so on and so forth. I have a detention now. Now you have to identify and so on and so forth. But as of right now, an offense wasn't articulated. They simply said, hey, there's a suspicious person. This car's not supposed to be there. This guy's watering the lawn. Like, it's not even, because this is technically public access. There's not a gate. So you couldn't even articulate criminal trespass. Because, again, Amazon can approach here. Amazon can park their trucks here. Anybody can do this. This is technically a public easement, if that makes any sense. You have no reasonable expectation for privacy here. I don't know. I have issues.
Look, man, don't do this to me. There's a suspicious person in the yard, and if you're not one to identify yourself...
I don't have to identify myself. It's not a stop and identify state. That guy know me. He came to my store that got broke in. I live right over there across the street. Who calls y'all?
That's what we got to figure out. But first, he don't live here. I'm not saying nothing about...
You have no right to approach me if I ain't did nothing suspicious or nothing wrong. Told him I'm a pastor. I pastor until I don't want to hear you. Sir. You want to lock me up? Lock me up. Nobody wants to lock me up. I'm not showing y'all anything. I'm going to continue to water these flowers. I don't care who called y'all.
Again, his attitude is not helping. However, he's not wrong. He hasn't committed a crime. And so currently right now, they're not doing anything but talking to the guy. But like, I understand his frustration, but I wouldn't advise to treat it this way. And that's just for anything in life. Somebody's giving you crappy customer service, don't act like this. Somebody's doing whatever, don't act like this. Because just in general, you don't know who you're dealing with. And the last thing you want is to be... I don't care if you get the lawsuit, and it's cool because whatever, it's unlawful detainment, it's a violation of your civil... Cool, but you still have to go through the experience. And this could all be avoided by people just not being assholes. That's my 2 cents.
Lock me up and see what happens. I want you to.
Hey, man, just come here and talk to us.
That was consent. Don't do that.
Look, man, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone, dude. Just calm down, okay?
No.
Stop.
I like this.
Okay. We're just trying to talk to you and
How do you feel about the handcuffing?
So, like, if the guy's... I would just let it go until I have an offense. And I come from a different age of policing, right? Where I am very sure that I have something if I have something, which I believe in intrinsically, right? He's not breaking in. I would personally, the way I would treat this, if he's being this argumentative, I would tell him to leave. I said, I'm acting on behalf of whoever's here. Since you do not live here, I can call this criminal trespass and get him to leave, basically. And unless the party member... Now I can sit there and say, well, I'm assuming that this person's not supposed to be here. I could maybe go down the criminal trespass route and tell him, hey, you have to leave or I'm going to try to enforce criminal trespass. It's reasonable for me to believe that a person who verbally confirmed with me that they do not live here is now on someone's property. And I get the public access aspect of it, but that's really the only way you could handle this. And I'm going to be honest, I'm bluffing this guy probably to try to get him to leave. If he legit told me to fuck right off, like I'm not leaving anywhere, I'm going to finish watering these lawns, I'm going to call a supervisor, I'm going to kick this all up the chain. But I do not believe in handcuffing this guy simply because he hasn't been assaultive. He hasn't tried to evade. And technically, if he ran, cool, he's not coming back. Now, he runs into the road, and I have pedestrian in a roadway, and I can do detention because I have a misdemeanor in my presence. There's a lot of different ways you can handle this. There's just no articulation currently happening. And I'm assuming, based on the way that this investigation's going, that this report probably didn't have a ton of articulation in it, which is a big no-no.
All right, go ahead and do what you got to do, dog. Do what you got to do. Go on and lock me up. It's already
not locked up. You're
it's
just...
already a lawsuit, dog. It's already a
Okay.
lawsuit. Okay?
Because they are friends.
Okay.
And they went out of town today. So
Right.
he may be watering their flowers.
Okay.
Be completely normal.
Okay, that's fine. If he would have said, "Hey, I got this," gave his identification.
He doesn't have to identify. It's fine. You felt the need to detain him, which I wouldn't have done. And again, talking to the neighbors first might make sense. I don't know.
He's a suspicious person.
No.
He said that's not his vehicle, it's their vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're here because we're called here. I don't know who called, but somebody did.
Yeah, he lives right there.
It's the other bullshit thing. If it's an anonymous call, I ain't investigating shit. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm not using force on an anonymous 911. Nah, bro. Sounds like an ambush.
He would be watering their flowers.
Okay, that's who that vehicle belongs to.
Yeah, that's
Who
all I
lives
know. His name is Roy.
That's who lives here?
That's Roy. I call him Roy and I call his wife Connie, and I've been dealing with him for 7 years that I've been living here.
They are friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you called not because of the car, but because you thought you saw someone beside you.
Right. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
got to
about
keep their
that.
flowers watered. I got to keep their flowers watered while they're gone. You okay?
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Anytime suspicious,
Pastor Jay,
that's not a name.
told you I was here watering the flowers, watering his flowers. 7.
What is your social?
I'm not going to give him a social.
You need to give me your social.
I give you
Pastor.
my name. That's all I'm going to give you. You're not going to run no 27 and 28 on me and get me in the system for no reason.
They have to do a use of force on cuff and release where I come from. I would have to get him fully identified for the point of documenting the fact that I did a use of force by cuff and releasing him. He has not made this any easier. However, I wouldn't have had him handcuffed in the first place. I'm probably not detaining him for this kind of stuff. If I really had an issue with it, I'd tell him to leave. Or at the very least, I'm doing an incident report where I'm going to see if I can get him identified. If I can't, it is what it is, dude. You got to know when you have an offense and when you don't have an offense. That's my only issue with this. That being said, this pastor's attitude contributed to this environment. This did not happen in a vacuum. This is my only. There's two sides to this coin. I do understand the officer's concern with trying to make sure, because let's say they leave, right? And this guy breaks into their house and takes other shit. They're getting held accountable for that. It has happened plenty of times, in situations like that. And then everyone's upset that the police didn't do anything. You have stuck the police in that situation to do it. I don't know. At the very minimum, you could have always called ahead and said, hey, my neighbor's going to be doing this kind of stuff. Notify your neighbors if some random person's going to be doing that. And then if you think they're suspicious or whatever, why don't you go up there and go check yourself? If you gave enough of shit. I would also consult other people. I'm not taking somebody's random 911. If they really thought somebody was breaking in, they can identify themselves because they're my only witness to this person doing it. I have a real big issue. If anything, I wish if this was my state, right, and I got to pass the laws, if use of force came out of a 911 call, not allowed to be an auto. Like, you basically, we're now pinging that phone, tracking your number, and we're going to charge you with with abuse of 911. And then the civil liability can fall on you as a 911 caller, not on the officers that are stuck with the short stick that they have. Because I think this is a bullshit situation.
All right, what's your
The girl I went and told.
Our YouTube channel, follow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Not getting a plug. Yeah, I have issues with it. Wasn't there Supreme Court case on acting on anonymous tips? I'm pretty sure there's probably like 10 Supreme Court cases on acting on anonymous tips. The anonymous tip can get me there, right? I could probably get there, and if I can articulate an offense happening in front of my presence, then I can detain all I want. I'm saying from a liability standpoint, and this is the way that the modern policing works, is from a liability standpoint, I'm not going to get into any kind of detention if I don't feel like I can use force because I don't have an offense happening. Couldn't cops just run plates? They should have run the plates.
So they did. You fast forwarded over that.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like a 2-second portion, but they did tell him they ran the plates and they said it belonged to Roy, and he's like, Roy's the homeowner, and they checked with the lady and she's like, yeah, Roy's the homeowner, and so it was
so
like,
stupid.
That's what he goes like. It was Roy and Connie, and I've been dealing with them for 7 years. Blah blah blah.
Nighthawk said someone get some heartburn medication. That would prove who owns the car, not who the owner is. Yeah, I agree, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like it's just a. People need to mind their own damn business 9 times out of 10 in these situations. And that being said, I feel for the officers and the fact that they feel they probably have to do something. The problem is like, based on the way his voice sounded, he sounded like an older officer. If you've been doing this for more than 5 months, you should know whether or not you have a detention or not. You should come out of the academy knowing that, but knowing how shitty academies are, like, let's be honest, like they probably don't. But like, you should know. I mean, like, is there a crime afoot? It's not a crime afoot? Well, then what the fuck am I doing? And again, yeah. I personally adopted that mindset because I was on the liability side of that. I got to be a post-George Floyd cop, and liability, the thought process around liability completely changed. Because there was officers that weren't neon necking anybody that are sitting in prison right now because of the liability of that situation. Really think about that. If you're going to volunteer to go serve your country, really think about that. Gator wrestling cops. Wow, removed Alligator from back in what?
This one's from Poofy, so he's on thin ice. We'll see what happens.
Poofy is gonna be strike 2. Watch.
A small alligator may seem non-threatening.
It's just gonna get us doxxed or whatever. Not doxxed.
No, Inside Edition's fine. This is all on YouTube.
Backyard. This had to be one of the wilder calls
this is
the
copyright-free music.
Sheriff's Department has gotten recently. They were called out to this Louisiana home because an alligator left the swamps.
What an animal, dude.
He might have been a little guy, but this gator certainly put up a fight.
He's strong.
Now close his jaw. Somebody hold the jaw closed.
They taped it.
Okay, good. Somebody got to it.
The homeowner
they just didn't show it.
The video made it clear
there you go. Now he's fine.
A nature person.
Can let him loose now.
I think I'd stand in front of a bullet before I would wrestle with that thing.
After a little wrestling, the 3-foot alligator was relocated to a wildlife management area, but not before the homeowner made this chilling observation.
He's a baby, that means there's a mom somewhere.
This is Inside
Check your
Edition
pool.
Digital.
Well,
again, Trident and Net would have dealt with this in no time.
He said Trident and Net. Hell yes. Amazed that's not Florida. Same, dude. Where was this?
They're migrating.
Louisiana, shout out. Well, Louisiana's.
That makes, that's basically Florida.
Juan, give you the explanation. You're the one that shared this.
All right, so this is a San Antonio cop. This was a couple years back, but she just won her arbitration case. So she was on body cam, punching a pregnant lady 7 times, who had been like kicking her, and there was basically it was a scuffle. This lady was 9 months pregnant. This officer is on body cam punching her a couple times to get her to comply. And so she was fired. They went through the disciplinary arbitration because she wanted her job back, and she won. And the arbitrator said she needed to be reinstated. And so this is the article that basically tells you all of that backstory.
High five.
And then we have the body cam video of what actually happened.
That this one? Punching a lady in the face. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a police activity, so you know it's good.
Shout out to police activities. So there is no class of which you can belong that absolves you of assaulting anyone. I don't care who you are. That's my stance on it. The second you stop valuing someone else's livelihood, safety, or whatever, is the second we stop valuing yours. And it's not a cop thing. That's a people thing. I'm curious to see how this goes down. Shout out to, is this Cop Watch or Police Activity?
Police Activity.
Shout out to Police Activity.
Cop Watch got enough of a shout out. They don't need ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheating on us. How dare they?
I'm guessing this is the 30 seconds, first 30 seconds.
Feel it when there's something there. Spread your legs.
Yeah. Don't ever say spread your legs and spread your feet. It's a big pet peeve of mine. Spread your feet. Spread your legs has a whole other connotation to it.
We have a Only Cop shirt that says "Spread 'em," so y'all can buy that in the link in the description.
Spread your legs.
You do not tell someone to separate their legs by salmoning them in their upper thigh. Look at this.
He's about to get sharked.
Watch.
You feel it when there's something there. Spread your legs. Spread your legs.
I'd fire you just for that. That is not okay. Stop it! If this was a male police officer.
That's a lawsuit.
Spread your legs, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on.
I was running from these fucking people, dude.
Spread your legs. I'm not gonna ask you.
Bitch, watch out, man.
Don't do
Dude,
it.
you're hurting my.
Don't be grabbing my stuff either.
I'm not grabbing on you, dude. Let me the fuck go, man.
All you have to do is cooperate.
You're hurting baby me.
If you were worried about it, you wouldn't be out stealing.
Fuck you. You don't know
Or
what the
taking
fuck-
Xanax either.
She's taking Xanny and stealing. This is pretty common. Like, the level of ignorance that's occurring right here, this is very common. So.
Good. Are you gonna stop?
No, fuck you, bitch.
Are you gonna stop?
Oh, fuck.
So I'm okay with a little bit of pain compliance for this. The only issue is that she's already in handcuffs and you're just trying to effect a search. So just you have another officer. You have multiple officers here. Shouldn't be that hard to control this lady so that you can conduct a decent search. Now I get it. If she's kicking and all that bullshit, well, it is what it is. But
Are you gonna stop? Then relax and do what I tell you to do.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing this for? My arms are hurting, dude.
Well, then stand.
okay, to be fair, they're not getting pulled that hard. I know that sounds super cruel, but I had to get handcuffed a fuckload when we were in training, and like you get pulled and moved around or whatever. This isn't. She's being a little dramatic.
That's
she's
about
been a little dramatic. Oh wait, Juan gave a demonstration. Hold on, unfreeze his camera. Do it. That's basically where he's at. That's basically where he's at.
Yeah.
And Juan has like zero.
My triceps got a little sore, but that's just because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't work out as much as I should.
I did spread them,
No,
dude.
you
What
didn't.
the fuck?
Spread your
That
legs.
hurts, dude. Why do you have...
Okay, just put your...
You don't really need to spread someone's feet to do an effective search, to be honest, because they're gonna search him in the jail anyways.
Spread your
Put it
legs.
right here and I won't do it.
Oh,
You're gonna get a whole 57.
It is a 57. I'm also team just put this lady on the ground if she's going to be a pain in the ass. Like, it doesn't really do you that much good to sit there and do the whole... Because it's how you get kicked. Or stomped on, or spit on, or headbutt, or all those.
Do not kick me.
Oh, we're on the ground. Shout out. We're on the ground here.
There you go.
Don't grab
Which was part of her testimony in arbitration, was she was worried she was going to get bit or spit on.
Kick me again. I swear to God, I'll break your arm. Yes, she fucking horse kicked me and she wasn't following me. My instructions.
I don't know what this guy's doing because she's on the ground, to be honest. But
That's her. That's the lady. She's
And
the
you will behave.
she's the one because she just said if you
Finish searching.
keep doing that, I'm going to break your arms.
That's all I needed to do, and you were acting like an idiot.
Is she good? Throw her on your side.
I gave my fucking arms.
Come on, roll on your side. Roll on your side.
None of that would have happened if you wouldn't have kicked me. All you needed to do was spread your legs. It's not my fault I found
why do you keep saying that? This lady's killing me.
drugs on you.
Why are we getting muted here?
Stand
Sus.
up.
I think she's cursing.
Stand up.
Oh.
This part, I don't know what that is muted for.
What? Get in.
My arms hurt, my shoulders hurt.
Part of this is this lady being dramatic, but I'm going to be honest. If I'm officer here on scene and I'm listening to this exchange happening, I think I'm taking old girl and being like, I think I can handle this for you. Like, let's go ahead and go cool off and go do your thing. Like, I get it. This lady's been kicking at you and whatever. I've been spit on and punched and kicked, so I get it. But I'm not a hot-headed person. This is clearly somebody... as if my brother was a cop. This is how he'd be acting about it. Juan knows how to tell the truth.
I don't take drugs.
Yes, you do. That's why you had a Xanax in your bra.
God damn, dude, you're gonna be smart. Fight, bitch. God damn.
That's not going to have anything to do with me, sweetheart.
You dragged me on the floor. Watch out.
kicking me!
I didn't kick you!
Stop kicking me! Get on the ground!
You punched me like 10 times on my fucking...
These were arm punches. I don't. This I get now why she got reinstated. Is this lady being difficult? Yes. I think this officer's got really poor control of the situation, and so she's got not a lot of like. This is very poor tactics being applied, and poor techniques, and is indicative of really poor training. To be honest, like I'm really. I get why they're giving her job back in the sense that they can't fire her and dishonorably discharge her. That's the reason why they say get her job back, right? Because they don't believe it was egregious enough for the termination aspect of it. However, I don't think this lady has any business being a police officer. I can say that with a level of comfort because I've dealt with people way more combative, way more drunk, and way more pregnant, and not had this whole having to damn near tear their shoulders off and punching them a bunch of times in the face. I've been kicked plenty of times and not had to resort to punching someone in the face. I'm doing something wrong if I'm in a position to get kicked. And that's the whole reason why tactics are getting applied. You're going to deal with ignorant, high, crazy, stupid people all the time. Welcome to law enforcement. High five. If you're not prepared to do that and take the high road, get the fuck out of the profession. I'll tell you that right now. You will see later why that's important, because I got to have shit thrown at me and my wife being worried about me getting beat to death at work because some asshole couldn't just take his knee off of somebody for 5 seconds and throw him in a fucking ambulance. This is why I get pissed off about this kind of stuff. Do I believe that arbitration went the right way? Yes. I don't think this was egregious. I don't think this is official oppression or whatever. This is a police department doing a really shitty job training somebody, and a girl getting complacent with thinking just because I wear the badge that I'm good enough to do the job. There are female officers that are much smaller and much older than this lady that would have handled the situation a lot better. I don't know. It shit pisses me off. I don't think there's anything else to this. I don't want to have to listen to this lady scream anymore.
I think there's like the interior cam at some point.
I'm going to skip forward. I don't have to listen to this lady scream
Yeah, all
anymore.
this stuff doesn't need to be...
We get the
really
I want the interior cam here if we get it.
Yeah. I could have sworn there was. I know I've seen it, but...
Also, who wears a fucking ring on duty, dude? Get the fuck out of here.
That's how you lose a finger. I'm going to say it right now.
Not impressed.
My girlfriend's grandpa, literally, he got his ring cut and he lost his ring finger because he was wearing it. It got caught on something.
I'm really not impressed by this officer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad arbitration worked out or whatever. Fuck that. Yeah, you suck. You deserved every bit of the drama that was because you suck at the job.
So I will say and here's my 2 cents on it after the actual policing portion of it. In terms of the image aspect of it, the way she was talking, how petty she was about the whole thing.
100%.
All of this stuff is stuff that you have to think about in modern policing because you're always on camera. And I mean, we harp on it a lot. And I think it's one of those things where like you think like, well, it's a stressful job, it's a whatever and all that stuff. But like you have to think about it because it makes your department look bad. It makes the opinion of the public, which your whole life hangs in the balance of, that looks awful. Like it looks like a petty bully beating on a pregnant lady. And whether she was justified or not, whether it was within company or within department policy or not, whether she won her arbitration, there is nobody outside of law enforcement looking at that and going like, that lady deserves her job back. Unless they're just super simping and happy to see anybody get beaten because they're a criminal or whatever. Like that's just, it doesn't look good. And there's way better ways to handle that, both physically and, I mean, you also are like escalating this lady's emotional state. She's already high, apparently, or like angry or whatever. And then you're just, going back and forth with her, which is just getting both of you amped.
There's no reason.
At what point is any of that helpful? Yeah, you're going to get kicked. I'd kick you. Like, it's just, it's silly to me.
I agree.
Just keep in mind that like you are being judged by what you say and how you behave and how you conduct yourself. And
I think my kind of like I said, my biggest issue with it is it's like there's not hard techniques that could have been applied here. Like really something that could be learned in like a 5-second dust training video that prevent 90% of this. And most of it's like, again, and it immediately rubbed me the wrong way the second someone said spread your legs. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like it's not a hard script. It's not a hard script. And there's a lot of things that were done inappropriately. That was not a professional search that was done. Go ask any TSA agent or anybody that's actually worked patrol for a while. That was not a search or a frisk or anything. And she was searched and sent to arrest, so she had every right to do it. But like, if you're having to use, and I'm with Pamela here about the rotator cuff surgery. Once she was on the ground, I was like, okay, you're cranking the shit out of this lady's arms. Like and for what? She's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, I get, like, wanting compliance, but you just standing there. I'm 100% with Juan that you just look like a fucking bully and it looks shitty. And guess
Also,
what? Some officers got their ass beat because people watched that fucking video and got mad the next time they dealt with San Antonio police.
Also going to say there's 2 other officers there that are kind of just standing around doing nothing. You can grab her legs. You can
also mentioned, like, hey, if they're having that much of an exchange, and I've done it multiple times on patrol. Heck, there were times, fucking shout out to Bill. He's not even here right now. But Bill was like, he looked right at me. He's like, so, like, Josh, you need to take this guy. Like, Josh, if you don't take this guy right now, I'm going to fucking punch him in the face. I'm like, copy that. Go stand over there. I got this guy. Because he knew his limitations on that. In the same way that I'm not about to go run 10 miles after a guy. Like, I knew I was never that, out here running marathons in gear. Like, I knew when he had reached his limit, and there were certain things that he knew affected me more than affected him. I was into my third dead kid, having to watch getting killed by gang violence and shit like that. And there were times where Bill would come and show up to the call to be like, I'm gonna make sure Josh is okay, in case the suspect comes back and Josh goes over here and just fills the guy with holes like Swiss. There was times you just had to go look. I get that it's a stressful job, but there's zero excuse. I managed to navigate way more stressful calls than that. This was in 2018. I had to do this post everything else, and still managed to be fine. This was during mandatory overtime, super work shortages. We had a bunch of rookies that were on scene. We were in a very and San Antonio is a high visibility police department too, but like, there's zero excuse for the way that got done. So like, cool that you got your job back, but like, you had no business being there in the first place, to be honest. I think that police department saved you from yourself by firing you, to be honest.
Yeah. Now they're just going to have to stick you in the training academy to teach rookies how to be just as stupid.
Yep. And that's exactly what's going to fucking happen. Shout out to Pamela. I'm with you on that. Kristen, I don't know why it says that. Brian, I agree with you. She made it way worse. I'm sorry. I am hearing a dying deer.
Oh yeah, I didn't edit the title from last week. That's why, because I was rushing to make a new thumbnail and all kinds of stuff.
Single and on patrol. Gandalf shout out. Footage shows Kansas PD pursuing a double homicide suspect.
Ooh. Hit that car.
Pit that car, right? Shout out to Law and Crime.
I'm liking Law and Crime Network. They started showing up in my suggested I'm the Only Cops channel, and they've got some good videos.
That's a little loud.
Yeah. Now the obnoxious Police Lawrence rectangle at the top is a little annoying, but.
Eastbound on 9th Street, crossing Ford.
Get the fuck off a radio. If someone is pursuing a vehicle, you have no reason to be on the radio. That gets me triggered every time, dude. You hear him keying up, and when you hear that, boo, that means he's having to walk on someone else's traffic. And that means that somebody thinks they're more important than the guy currently chasing a double homicide suspect. And that... I don't know, man. I'm glad I'm gone. I wouldn't have made it. I would have been homicidal a long time ago. Jesus.
Continuing eastbound past Crest Line, approaching Iowa Street.
Oh, he's got a unit behind him.
In Iowa.
The guy behind him's the one calling it, so that's good. Because you would hear it in the in-car if he was keying up. Hey, shout out.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, that's so in a pursuit, the primary driver, so if you have two vehicles that are in there, and I'm guessing he got lucky, he called for a second unit to back him before he lit him up, and the second he lit him up, the dude booked it. But the second car calls it because the first car is going to just be concerned with driving. Because what's nice about being the follow vehicle is you're just looking at taillights. When he brakes, you brake. When he accelerates, you accelerate. And so like that, and the first car is having to clear intersections. If he's doing his job right, you should just have to follow him. and you're getting a really good heads up on everything. You're not even really supposed to be following him that close. You're just supposed to keep that primary driver in eyesight. You're looking at street signs. You're looking at direction of travel. The primary car might still key up if they're like tossing shit out of the car or if there's furtive movements happening in the car. He's got a better chance at seeing how many occupants are in the car, but that's the way that pursuit's supposed to go. Pursuit policy.
So how do you clear intersections?
So when you're typically, the idea is that I want to be able to see enough leeway that if someone was driving the speed limit, especially if it's a red light, like it's a solid red light here, that I have enough leeway that I have time to make it through the intersection. So you're typically slowing down and checking. If you're real lucky, this intersection is pretty good. You have like a parking lot here. You don't have like hard buildings or hard barriers. You just kind of look ahead of the intersection to see if you see a car just like hauling ass. Like you don't want to be playing chicken with somebody in the middle of the intersection. So clearing it, I laughed because I was like, hey, the suspect's clearing this intersection. Like they're slowing down. Yeah. But typically...
they don't want to get T-boned either.
Yeah, typically you'll slow down a little bit. Just make sure you're giving a good look. When you have someone riding two-man with you, they're the ones checking. If you're just staring at that car in front of you, he's going to tell you, brake, 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 like not clear, not clear. Or he'll tell you, fuck it, it's clear, go. And you won't even get off the accelerator. So it depends. Especially in urban environments, these suck. When they're really dense. And then you'll just have some asshole that's not paying attention and fucking texting and blows a red light while you have a green light and you still get T-boned. So I don't ever trust any of these. This is probably the worst case scenario for operating a motor vehicle. He checked it though, which is nice. Oh, also a bump in the middle of that. I've taken a bump like that going 90 and almost decapitated myself at the top of my patrol car.
Weren't you in the car when this was when we were doing the football show? You remember? We were down in like Tyler, Texas, and we took one of those and we went airborne. In my SUV. That's wild.
Watch.
Yeah, don't do that.
He's stopping. You watch his big bump.
Secondary.
Yeah, his backup unit's calling it, so that's good.
If that trooper can get in and TBI this murder suspect.
Hell yeah!
Blue Dodge pickup, they're asking for TBI. Eastbound past Hilltop, speed 55.
Headquarters, attention on District 1033 traffic.
Bitch, get off the radio! They know they're on the pursuit. If anyone's on this fucking radio channel, they're gonna fucking know they're I can't stand dispatch! Oh, this has got me triggered. Why are you getting... Oh, by the way, we are 1033 traffic. These guys are chasing a murder suspect, and they're currently... They can listen. They got ears. Like, oh... This show's gonna make me drink, dude. I got
you covered.
Yeah.
Whiskey with a cop. Let's go.
75, approaching Emory, still eastbound. Eastbound past Emory, East 73.
I do also like that he's not like on his ass because that's a very dangerous place to be. You don't want to test your patrol brakes on a truck here. Green light. Good Lord's blessing them with green lights.
No traffic, no traffic.
Shout out to this guy for having the wherewithal to... Now, it's a sketchy place to be because we did watch a guy get fucking head-on collided. It was a K-9 officer in the last stream. But shout out to this guy because he's making sure that people are entering that radio or that traffic way. So that's good. Red light. Shout out. Look at this guy. Hell yeah. That there's a trooper. If the Ralphie in the back of his mind didn't go, oh no, I'm in danger, it's about to. That black Tahoe or that black Charger is a jet. He's about to have a bad day. Troopers don't give a fuck. Ah, cleared. This looks good. Okay, let's get it.
Yeah, they're kind of losing them now.
So those are a bunch of stop signs, and they're not clear. Like, they're hard barriers, so he's kind of slowing down and check.
Oh.
That's why he's getting... So a lot of people are like, wow, this guy's getting dusted. He's like, no, he's trying to use due regard, and I'm fine with him losing him a bit here. Because he knows what the fucking vehicle looks like. There's like 18 cops. So like if they lost a bit of sight of him, he'd say, I'm going to go straight. Somebody turn right. So they have cops behind him for that reason. Also why I'm against the policy of only 2 per pursuit. That's the stupidest policy I've ever heard.
Yeah, I got permission from TBI if I can take over primary.
Yep, southbound up here, southbound Delaware.
My guy. What an animal.
Drift it.
Shout out to this guy.
Oof. These are some really crappy streets.
Southbound.
There comes another one. Why they keep putting them in? Like they're all in the middle of the intersection. That's so bad.
Do you also hear all the rattling that's going on there? That's your rifle rack. That's your MDC. That's your it's.
No, that's the panels on the side of the car about to fall.
That too. No kidding.
So damn old.
No kidding.
Is their transmission going?
Brian Porter says, "Pit that car, bite that guy." I love it.
Yes.
Pit that car. Pit that car.
Pit that car.
Not here though. It's a neighborhood. Don't do it here.
Pit him into the house.
So he let the trooper overtake.
Oh, okay.
So he probably has the pit training, so that's why he's overtaking. That he's probably also got a faster car. Let's be honest.
He's on 13 from when I dropped out of TBI and asked.
Oh, we get trooper cam for the pit.
Bro, he's dogging him, dude. Holy shit. Shout out.
Yeah, good on these people for just getting out of the way. I don't want any of that.
We live in like the most Mad Max society here in Texas because fucking nobody stops for shit.
They would not. I've literally been in traffic watching people get cut in front of ambulances and in front of cop cars just because they're like, oh, people are clearing out of this lane. Let me just take that.
Short story. I was definitely going 140 something down Interstate 30, and and I'll never forget this. It was a white Cadillac that had to have seen me because it's a big stretch. Like I-30's a real big like highway, right? I'm going, and everyone can see and hear me, and we're going after DWI. So they would have seen the first patrol car that I was trying to catch up to. It's called overtaking. And so this guy's like a quarter mile ahead of me. I can see his lights, but I can't like see him. And so clearly there's also these big reds and blues going behind her. She could have seen me. I could see her for like a quarter mile. She decides that the left lane was the best place for her to go and try to get over at the last second. And there was a bit of a shoulder, and I get that she was trying to get to the shoulder, but there was a shoulder on both sides of the highway. And like, I shit you not, within like 120 yards maybe or less, while I'm going 140 and she's going like 50, she decides to get all the way over. It's funny because my supervisor and I and you could watch me do like an evasive lane change to avoid like ending us both. It would have been anyways. Fuck that lady, wherever you're at. That's sexist of me to assume, but.
I think I lost your audio. I don't know if stream lost it.
Did it?
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, you're back.
Oh.
You just came back. That's so dumb. Okay,
That's weird.
Whatever.
Okay.
I lost you for the last like 10 seconds and then it came back.
Okay, well, we're going. Shout out.
Yeah. As long as stream can hear you. No, but yeah, I was on, you know that overpass that's near my house that takes you from I-30 to... yeah. Anyway. So I saw there were 2 cop cars. I don't know where they were driving. I was behind them, so I don't care. But I saw it's a 1-lane overpass with no shoulder. And somebody just decides like, oh, there's cops behind me, so I better pull over. And they just pull over. And I'm like, you're blocking half the lane.
This guy totally just dropped a piece of gear on the highway.
Yeah. So what do you know why he did that?
Did it on accident.
Yeah, we're all in it together here. Just clear.
Well, why did he even open his door?
So this guy acted like he was gonna get out. Right here, watch his door open.
Mm-hmm.
Little thing fell out.
Yeah. Did he think that like the guy was stopping? Is that why?
I think he thought the guy was gonna bail because he slowed down and the door opened, and so the guy's like, "Oh fuck, we're about to get in a foot pursuit. Shame on you for getting out of your car in a foot pursuit. Just run the guy over. He's a homicide suspect." I'm kidding. But
you can chase him down with your car.
Exactly. Also, fuck this dispatcher one more time because then listen.
Yeah, we're all in it together here. Just clear the air.
That's a very polite way of saying, shut the fuck up. We all know that we're in a pursuit. I hope she sees this. I hope somehow magically this dispatcher comes across Only Cops and listens to my rant about this because it is the most.
They're Lawrence, Oklahoma PD. We can find it.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm sending some hate mail there, dude. It's so frustrating because like these guys are about to be in a potentially life or death situation with a homicide suspect, and you have the nerve to like. Oh, by the way, we're in a pursuit. If you couldn't like see the sirens blowing through your town and like hear the radio traffic that we all clearly share, can't stand that shit. Oh, he's overtaken. Guessing that guy's car also got a little fucked up from all those bumps.
He had to go back and pick up his gear.
His flashlight?
Yeah. He was like, that was my gun. I need to go back. You said homicide suspect?
We'll get everything we can going here. He's still southbound.
They're going to hit Texas if they keep going southbound.
33rd and Haskell area.
This would have been a good pit time here. Oh.
Well, in those 15 seconds, they didn't pit him.
Boom, boom.
Passing 31st.
Green light. Blessed.
Let's give him some room here.
So, y'all don't have any way to like control the lights, right? Okay.
I know there's like a myth out there somewhere that we can,
Yeah.
and maybe in some places they can, but everywhere I worked, we had no way of actually creating green lights. We didn't have that, nothing about any of that. They do have, like in our city, they had a way of doing it, but like you had to like call like city people because our lights were all run off of like a fucking server.
It's like on a grid, right? It's at a single system.
Yeah, and so like someone could get into a computer and make that happen. A la, was it like Ocean's 11 or who was it that did that? There was some movie where they did like a heist and they
probably it could have been.
Is it Swordfish? That's what I'm thinking of. Maybe. Anyways, long story short,
drop it in the chat if you know.
It can be done, but not like patrol can't do that. No, that's that's like a super specialty city guy and some basement dwelling nerd gets up there and goes there like, you need the lights, huh?
Click on your key fob and just go click click.
That's not how that works now.
Oh, that's too bad. That would also probably be extremely reckless because you don't give any of the drivers any warning.
Oh yeah.
They covered some distance.
Somebody can get their rifle out.
Big brain.
Got his hands out the window. Everybody stay back.
We're out of gas.
Maybe. Better's truck died.
Stop.
Turn off your siren. Thank you. Shout out. Getting an arrest plan in? Oh, he fucked up.
Let's go, dog.
Bro, what are you doing here, dude? They got rifles? What are you doing with your handgun? They're gonna crank around off at 50 yards.
Yeah.
This was the rookie dweeb that doesn't have a rifle. That's this guy. This is totally. I can't tell you how many times, legit, and Bill as my witness, we'd be holding a rifle out and you'd hear a gun get unholstered and you'd turn and look at him like, "Really, bro? Like, what? Is this in case he shoots me in the face? You gonna shoot him back or what?" Like,
in case he runs straight at you.
I truly am like.
Zone.
Team like, hey, pick 2 or 3 guys to be lethal cover and everyone else just be hands, like a hands arrest team. Like, I don't get it, dude.
Driver! Face away!
Oh, so here's the passenger got out. Shout out. This guy's genius. This guy ain't trying to die.
Step out!
This is like the highest of high-risk takedowns. This is like a football field in between them. He's giving these... I get on the PA. If I'm doing this, get the PA, dude. Don't be yelling.
Walk straight backwards! If you try to run, you'll be bit by the dog.
Yeah, why don't you have gloves, loser sergeant? He had to kick off the crumbs from his donuts. Dude, what do you mean you don't have fucking gloves? Jeez, dude.
Yeah, on that side, there's a passenger laying down. Not that I know of. Keep walking!
Henderson, we can lane him over here.
It's a great high-risk takedown, to be honest. I don't know why they have two rifles like right next to it. This guy's gonna fucking lose his hearing for forever if this guy cranks a round off. Also, shout out to the mic loop for having my... This is how I used to run my radio. I'd run the little thing over my shoulder and clip it in here.
Snipes, is that you? Snipes, take over. Snipes, take over.
Step to the right! Keep stepping! Keep stepping!
Based.
Stop! Back up! Keep stepping!
So the dog.
Oh, they have a drone?
Keep coming!
Yeah, that's why I wanted to watch this one, because they had the K9, the drone, and the freaking double homicide with the...
Based!
The entire city's police department.
Right, get on the ground!
Shout out.
Yeah, this is the only crime we've had this year.
Yeah. Also, why are we doing... I truly don't get it. I honestly and I'm not here to be nitpicky, but like it drove me nuts on patrol too. Like if there was multiple threats, fuck it, everyone bring a gun. That's what we got him here for. But like, does he just want to be on the use of force report or what? Like
an airplane.
Hold on. He wants to say that I took down a guy who did a double homicide.
Hands out. Watch your legs. Put behind your back.
Do not move.
Do not move.
Thank you for not flagging the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. Look at that good dog.
Okay. My only issue with this is everyone goes to go dogpile this guy, right? But nobody's pointing a gun at this car right now. I have.
If there's anybody left in there.
I have beef.
Well, what about the rifles? Are the rifles pointing all at him?
But I don't want to be pointing my rifle over my guys at the car. Like, go be a human. It's called shielding up, but you can human shield these guys here to make sure they don't get hurt.
Keep an eye on the car.
Keep an eye.
These guys. Well, because again, they're like, hey, it's my ass if someone comes out of this car and starts shooting at me.
Oh, because clearly the sergeant's not going to say it.
Yeah, mister, I don't have any fucking gloves.
Is he using like a napkin? Wait, look at his hand. What is it? What is that in his hand?
No, it's just
no, never mind. That's not in his hand. That was just a thing on the ground. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was like,
yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Shout out to these guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking shit. Outside of this sergeant that doesn't have gloves, everyone else here they came.
It legit looked like he was trying to hold on to him with like a napkin, and I would not have been surprised.
I don't care.
That's funny. That's just the lane.
I know. Walk her all the way back. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's get him out of
this. It wasn't personal.
Okay. Just pat him down real fast.
It wasn't personal. It wasn't about you.
You're doing a quick search. Let's be honest.
Oh, my bulge there.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Okay.
All right.
I got a bulge.
Sorry, guys. In the trunk.
You wearing a Chicago Bulls jacket?
What about you?
It's wild. Hell yeah, follow her with the drone. I love it.
Oh, they spiked it, I guess.
Oh.
Turn around.
Get on your knees. Hands in the air.
Hey, shout out to this Aimpoint Pro. These things weigh a ton, but they're good ass optics.
Lay on your face. Arms out. Lay on your face. Put your hands out.
Them clearing this. Oh, I want to get a good. Let's get a good shot of this. Shout out! This is a good clear of this car. Hell yes. That's pretty nice.
I'm all for more drones being used in every one of these videos.
That's pretty good.
This is awesome.
This was great. Good shout out to Lawrence Police. They did a great job here. Let me address the chat. Send the land shark in. What are octopods?
Damn it, Josh.
What are octopods? What? I don't get it.
You missed the meme in the Discord earlier.
Oh,
so
damn it.
Here, I will bless you with it. Where did I put it? It was it's pronounced octopodes.
Oh, octopodes.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Now. I remember the meme now. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's for
No,
blank.
you're lucky that you can't pronounce or read.
Yeah, exactly.
So you didn't get got.
It has saved me twice.
Yeah. But don't trust Poofy.
It has saved me twice. 2 streams back to back. How to not escalate a minor situation when guilty. Oh God. Active police.
Yeah, that title made me think how to escalate a minor situation when guilty, and then I watched it. I liked it because it was just good policing, but it was just good.
I love drones.
It was good wholesome time, and all the comments were like, "This is good policing. I like this."
Shout out to Get Off Games here. I love drones. Clear with more drones. I'm team that.
All
too.
I'm saying, man,
I'm
let's
team
do it.
that.
It actually came to me.
I just figured we should have some just like normal interactions every once in a while.
I'm here for it, dude. Let's go listen to this, guys. Go follow. Was it active police? Here's your trial. Let's see if I'm going to suggest people subscribe to you.
This incident actually came to me from the main deputy whose body cam we're viewing. In January of 2022, the deputy was on patrol in a high crime area when he spotted a car with 2 teens in it. He ended up surprising them.
Sus.
As they're rolling a blunt. I'll let you watch the video. I do not have a police report like usual, but at the end of the video, I'll give some insight into what the deputy was thinking.
What you got there? You got some weed? Hey, don't try to lie. I saw what was in your lap. Come on. Hop out. 3-4, I'm 10-4, send another.
You don't say. Free advice. If you're going to do an invest on a car, don't do it by yourself. If you're going to do any kind of it, and maybe this is a small town, so there's not that many people, right?
Mm-hmm. Still Florida, though. I don't trust anything there.
Yes? Oh, with the rice? Yeah. I messed up a whole thing of rice. Sorry,
Good job. He sacrificed the rice for you guys.
I did. I'm sorry.
Hop out. Hey, don't try to hide it. I seen what you have in your hand. Give it here. Give it here. A little bit of weed. All right. That's all you got? All right. Hop out. You got anything else on you? All right. Stand there over there at the back of the car for me, please. All right, boss. What about you? What you got on you? Just that little bit of weed? Just that little bit of weed that she had? You got some more on you? If it's just weed, no big deal, but... Alright.
Not even a usable amount? It's not even a usable amount.
Do me a favor, hop out on the other side for me, please.
I guess that's what I'd be saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just come around here. You'll get it in just a second, okay? I just don't want you to go back in there. Come over here. Do you have any weapons on you I need to know about?
Nah, can I throw my jacket on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine that, not letting him go back to the car.
It's a safety concern.
Mm-hmm. We just see a lot of them where they're just like, yeah, no, go grab your stuff.
I am team letting him get a jacket on because it's probably pretty cold. But
Yeah,
he's gonna but he is eyeballing the fuck out of what he's reaching for, so I bless it.
It's too cold to be standing out here with no shirt on. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do, alright? When my partner gets here, we'll just go through the car.
They got the Motorola body cam.
Shout out to Motorola.
Weed, and we're gonna go away. I gotta take your weed. I can't let you keep it, but I ain't gonna charge somebody for a little bit of weed, okay? Over here in the back of the car, we're gonna wait for my partner to get here. Yep, right here.
Can you grab my black for me? I just want to smoke.
Nah, man, we can't go back in the car. Y'all just came back here to smoke a little bit of weed. Okay. Now, we've had a lot of shootings and robberies and stuff, so
good reason to be investigating.
So I got to make sure that when I see a car parked at a closed business like this, I want to check it out, make sure nobody's getting set to get. Go ahead and put your hands in pockets.
Shout out to the search. I was like, man, is he gonna address these hands in the pockets? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he did. But I'm team letting him do it because it is cold.
You said doing due diligence?
What's that?
You said
Doing due diligence, making sure that making sure nobody's back here doing something really, like I said, I really don't care about a little bit of weed, but since it's on camera, I got to take it. In the old days before the camera, I'd probably just let you keep your weed because I don't care, but now it's on camera, so I got to take it.
Let you keep it.
But I ain't going to charge.
Keeping it gangsta. I respect that.
Charge nobody over no little bit of weed. That's all it's there. Nothing else in the car I need to know about.
So you guys had to search my car now since it's
Well, yes,
yeah, probable
it's in
cause.
the weed. Gonna search your car just to make sure there's nothing crazy in there. Weed.
Can you just do the search?
Well, I would.
No.
Just a safety.
It's a safety thing. I know it seems like a dick move, but people out here killing cops, so no, I'm sorry, dude.
Thing, just because look, I don't know who you are, bro. So I just want to make sure that somebody else is here. Let me get your name real quick while I'm waiting. All right. You ever been in trouble here before?
Dude, it looks cold. I'm not gonna lie.
Numerous times, but like
it's petty stuff
that I did. Just like when y'all do y'all little sweeps, you know, trying to collect cash.
Well, you ever been arrested?
Yeah, that's
okay. Just a little bit of weed, Brian. If you could just search the car, make sure there's nothing, no guns, nothing crazy in there. That's it.
You borrow your light real quick.
Maybe I gotta start a fund for getting officers like necessary equipment for duty, but like, my guy.
What's wrong with your light?
I got it.
If you need any recommendations, we do have a video on good patrol flashlights. Actually, 2 videos
Where is it at?
on
I
good
got the
patrol
weed already.
flashlights that you
She
can
had
watch.
it in her lap. She was rolling a blunt.
They are not that
Just make
expensive.
sure that-
I bought one,
Oh, he did buy one, yeah.
and I'm a broke ass. So, what's your excuse?
There's nothing crazy in there. If there's any more weed, we'll make it go away, and then that'll be it.
Florida pays y'all decent.
Exactly.
Lucky, I was driving past and I saw when y'all pulled in, turned out the lights. I'm like, could be something going on, setting up to do a deal, drug deal, or a rip or something. So,
Yeah,
y'all
dope
ain't doing
rips
that
are
much.
sketchy.
All right, Brian, y'all can sit back in the car. I'll be right back with you, and then I'm just gonna run them real quick, and then they'll be good. Just hang tight here.
Based.
What's up, brother?
You just found a bag of weed right here in the back seat.
Yeah, in the crack, yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah? It was right there in the crack of the seal of the door.
Ain't no way.
Hey, I don't know, man. It's your vehicle, man. I don't know. I just got here, buddy.
Cause I saw when you got it. I'm like, but ain't no way.
Hey, I don't know. How many people you didn't have?
I could have been getting more high.
He probably mad that he lost it there, yeah.
That's all I'm getting from this. Is he's like, I had more weed in my car that I could have been smoking, and instead, he probably gave her his only like little bit of weed because he thought he didn't have any more.
Trying to be real cool.
They see her rolling a blunt, they pull up on him, they take away his weed, and he's like, damn, I could have had more
Man,
weed.
y'all are good.
The hell am I out
Honestly,
here for?
Sorry to spoil your night. Just got bad luck. Picked a parking lot that I watch for criminal activity. But look, most of us here in Escambia are super chill, and especially this night shift, we ain't gonna give you a real hard time about a little bit of weed, okay? So just understand, if you ride with it, it's in your car, you run the risk.
Getting
you get
searched.
some rookie that runs across you and gonna charge you with that little bit of weed. At the very least.
Some rookie, he gets it.
Throwing the rookies under the bus, I love
My
it.
God, no, that's a thing. That's a thing, dude.
At least, I'm gonna have to take it, okay? So, are y'all gonna head home or stay here?
Man, I don't even know. I don't even know where he got that weed from in the bag. Like, I don't even know.
Look, I do not care. It's just weed. Shit's probably gonna be legal soon, but for now it's not. So, I gotta take it. All right.
Can I ask you a question off camera?
Go ahead. What's up?
Can I ask you a question off camera?
Of course. Well, sort of. I can't really turn it all. I can't really turn it all the way off. It's muted. Good. Sorry, man. I really can't.
He said, "Can I have my weed back?"
You really can't. The camera makes that a. Like I said, back in the day.
What's that?
I wouldn't. Yeah. But it's not to.
Just confiscated.
Shout out to these guys.
It was bad that he didn't know there was a lot more weed back there. I love that.
100%, dude. Shout out to this guy. That's awesome.
See, we have some good policing, good wholesome policing. It's not all.
That was like 60% of the time that I ran into the weed. If it was like a roach or a blunt, Like, I didn't see it with bags. Like, if I couldn't measure your amount of weed in 1 ounce or more, which that's a lot of weed. Even 1 ounce of weed's like a lot of weed because it weighs next to nothing. Like the buds weigh next to nothing. There was times I just threw it on the floor and stepped on it. It was like, it is what it is. This must have been oregano. I've said that on BODYCAM plenty of times. So yeah.
You're a landscaper, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Landscaper. It's just really funny smelling weed or bushes or whatever. Yeah, I let that stuff go all the time.
It's mulch. It's mulch from the lawnmower.
Now, if I thought you were dealing, you went to jail every time because that's most of my shootings happened they were specifically marijuana related. What's weird, people don't shoot each other over meth for some odd reason, but they shoot the shit out of each other over weed. And I'm guessing it's because it's like a really profitable business, like because there's a lot of buyers, and they charge way too much for street weed. Like street level weed's like crazy expensive for how shitty it is, compared to like the really nice like brewed like Kush. Like when you're getting like the really good growers and it's this real niche thing. Like in the Middle East, they have really good marijuana. Here, it's like really shitty, which is
Also,
weird.
it's probably a lot easier to sell.
Yeah.
So that's also why.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Yeah.
And your customers don't die in a couple years typically.
Yeah. So, well, and it's a lot more common use. Like a lot more people do it. Like I said, I've never personally smoked marijuana. I don't really have any interest. I don't even drink. But it's a thing. I don't know. It's a thing. People are stupid.
No,
But shout out to that officer for not doing that.
Just parked the car. Freedom to film and.
Oh, we can skip this one. It wasn't as like.
Oh, okay.
Not after that one. This was just this dude. She's harassing him, and it was a whole thing. The cops were being dumb too, but like they were doing their job. And they were whatever. But he's really obnoxious, and when I picked it, I thought it would be. It's just not going to fit the vibe.
Based.
I like
BODYCAM
the vibe we
shows
got going on.
Ohio.
That guy was so obnoxious.
Encountering zombie deer.
Oh yeah, this was just fun. I picked this one specifically because of the clickbait title. I haven't watched it. It just said zombie deer and it was short. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He said it's called EHD.
It's got pretty bad road rash on the other side.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. That's what I was telling him on the way down here. That, yeah, the zombie deer there.
That's what he was.
Yeah. You probably didn't believe me.
Well, you said zombie deer. I was like, well.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah. Stay still, you can't see it.
Yeah.
I laid on my horn and everything, and it wouldn't budge. I was like, oh, I know if it's like, it's like green or white.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's got injuries, he's not going to be able to make it up.
Yeah. Go on, get. Yeah.
If you look at her body, you can tell.
Lots of road rash.
Yeah. It's at EHD.
The hell's EHD? Somebody enlighten me on what EHD is.
I actually got that pulled up because I wanted to know what it was. Let's see.
Take care. All right, thank you.
So EHD is epizootic hemorrhagic disease and is a viral disease of white-tailed deer that is transmitted by biting midges, also called no-see-ums or punkies. And it's not spread directly deer to deer or to humans. It's just like they eat a thing and then they get all. Bleh.
Oh, they gotta dispatch it.
it.
They gotta. So they get injured, they have to dispatch them. So like it. I don't know. It's sad, but I get why they do it. 'Cause it's kind of cruel. He's just there suffering, so I kind of get it. That's
If Bill was here, he has a story about that. I think we have it in our what is it, the Police Academy Officers React, where he tells the story.
I think so, yeah. That's
like the
that's
deer
super
that got hit
sad.
by a car. Yeah.
That's super sad. Poor deer. Florida man driving stolen. I can't stand Florida man, dude. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Let's go get it, Florida man. Oh damn, they're cooking it.
He's still a box truck.
Oh, this guy let this traffic stop go, I'm guessing. He's like, fuck it. I got a pursuit. They asked for assistance. Vehicle attempted to flee on foot. Oh, I guess he exits the vehicle later.
Normal, park your road traffic coming up to the light.
Westbound? That was a question?
He's doing the L's with his hands. It's like left or right?
Alright, going the wrong way on interstate. On the southbound off ramp.
Oh.
They almost rear-ended each other there.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of cars.
That's correct. Turn around.
Nope. Nope. Don't do that. Nope. Don't
Oh,
do that.
that's a really bad idea.
Don't do
Okay,
that. That's how you die. So this guy.
Yeah, it was bad enough the other one we saw with the regular truck.
This guy driving the wrong way against traffic. That's a write-up.
Problem like red shirt, beard.
That's definitely a write-up.
Westbound Arch Road.
It's one of the very few times I might advocate for shooting at the tires. Maybe. This might make sense. Only because it's a pretty big.
Yeah, but I would say like if it's a box truck, so like there's a lot more chance of it like going out of control and hitting other people in this like with this many. Just because they tip over very easily.
Wrong way, Arch Road.
What an asshole.
Ooh.
100 block. Reserve Canapa. Back in the right lane of travel.
Hey, you can't even pit this thing.
He's gonna try.
There's
Look
no
at him.
way. There's
Oh, he's
no
getting
way.
close.
There's no way you pit that thing.
Hit that truck.
Pit that truck. Pit that truck.
Dude, he wants it. He wants to do it. Oh, he's gonna do it.
No, I was like, there's no way you try pitting that thing.
All right, chat. Did they try to pit it or not try to pit it?
Hey, we got some porn bots again in here.
Yup. We got some friends. All right, let me try to get him out of here.
Oh, he did try to pit it.
I told you. Wait, I missed it. Go back.
I went back. I reversed it.
Okay, good.
Oh my
yeah.
god,
That's
dude.
so stupid. That's so stupid. That's a great way to get it to fall on top of your head.
What an animal, dude. Holy shit.
Wild. All right, let me do some moderation here.
Sergeant George, pit that truck. Okay, never mind.
We're eastbound. We're past the Burger King eastbound. When I'm calling from ESO.
There we go. Hopefully that helps.
Down the block eastbound, speeds are about 60 miles an hour.
Guy's fucking up this truck. Oof.
So unit 2300 Archer.
I just don't get it, dude.
Oh, he tries it. Okay, whoa.
What an animal, dude.
Oh, damn. Oh, that did nothing.
How pissed is this Scion owner, dude?
Yeah.
Of all the cars this guy passed, not making a dent.
Oh, good. Chat was, they got it right. I asked, pit it again, and they said 67% yes.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, spike strips make sense. I'm with Sergeant George here. Because I don't know, I can't imagine you could pit that.
No.
Going through this parking lot?
And even if you did, I don't think it would go well for your car.
No.
Alright, we're back on Archer Road. I am now the lead vehicle.
Oh, damn. Yeah, see, I've been on the receiving end of that.
Really?
And your car just crumples like freaking paper. Yeah, remember I mean, it wasn't direct like that, but it was they hit me just like that.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
On my driver's side, yeah.
So
and it tears the side of your car like freaking toilet paper. It's nothing.
At this point, I'm team you get a car way ahead of him and just shoot this guy in the face. I'm team that at this point. This is bullshit.
Yeah, this is wild endangerment of a lot of people.
This is bullshit. Just get ahead of it. Get out of the car. Get your rifle out. shoot into the truck because his head and the windshield and the metal that it's got to go through might stop the build. Just tell him to get out of the way and then just smoke this guy. Fuck this guy.
You think the grappler thing could stop it?
Oh, 100%. I bet it would.
Yeah. I'm amazed it hasn't tipped over just on its own from the way he's driving it.
Yeah, it's all the weight's in the bottom. So they're not really going to tip.
Trying to get to it. Speed 60 mile an hour.
Oh, dude.
Oh, here we go.
F-150's about to do it.
Northbound 34th Street. Northbound 34th Street. Alright, I'm lurking it in. I'm calling it. Northbound through Meadows Boulevard on 34th Street.
Damn.
Trying to get up to a
Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, he might do it to himself.
Gandalf Game says his cars are made of printer paper, not steel. The U-Hauls, I can imagine, are steel-sided at least aluminum-sided at the very least.
wrong way to travel, past Piccadilly. Continuing on.
Oh my god, he's going. Oh, don't try to pit him here. You want to bet he tries it? Oh, he's totally going to do it. Oh, he's totally going to do it. Oh, he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it.
What a clusterfuck, dude.
Mm-hmm. Did not have...
Attention, we are going through the Metro Diner Plaza. Through Metro Diner Plaza.
God, dude.
Everybody hold the traffic for a second. Keep calling. We're through the parking lot. We're about to come out at 34th Street.
Oh, dude, really? That was such a...
I don't know. I'm not saying there's a better way. I'm just saying that wasn't a great way.
He contributed, okay? He contributed. I keep trying.
Run him over. Run him over. Run him over. Fuck that guy.
Yep. There it is. There it is. Bump him. Yeah. Nice.
Well, I would just let the dog bite him at this point. Fuck him. Hey, look, can we kill some sirens, pretty please? He's got the right. He's got the right idea. Kill the sirens. Kill the sirens. Fuck this guy. What did he run for? Does it say?
I think he was just stole the truck.
It's a carjacking. Confronted by an armed suspect who entered the car. Later identified, demanded the exit car, fled the scene in an Altima. Forcibly entered a residence after any one of these people could have shot him. Wouldn't have had any of this. Now the taxpayers got to fix 18 trucks and 3 Tahoes and I don't know.
And the Scion.
I don't know, man. And the Scion, dude. Because the city's paying for that.
I feel the worst for the Scion because,
yeah, dude.
Some of these sheriff deputies did some sketchy stuff that wrecked their cars, but
fuck this guy, dude. I had no, and maybe I sound callous, but I have really no sympathy for that guy, to be honest. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no. When you're that reckless with, like, he could have freaking wrecked so many cars and people and
running. I have no problem with, to be honest. It's a game. I get it. We have to play it, but like some of these people, like, dude, bro, it's hard. Inflation's hard enough. Fucking keeping a job is hard enough. You're fucking depressed because whatever, the news sucks. and then some dipshit decides to go and plow into the only car you have to get to your, like, I don't know, dude.
Not to mention going the wrong way down very trafficked streets where he could very easily head-on collision and kill you.
Bet he. Well, it's Florida. I was about to say bet he bonds out. And I was like, wait a minute, no, it's Florida. They're probably gonna keep him in jail.
Yeah.
Last one of the night, boys.
So this one is okay. Backstory on this one because it doesn't show this part in the video. So according to the article, this guy, he's an off-duty cop. He saw some guy in a Jeep being suspicious. He goes up to talk to him. They get into some kind of argument, and then the guy tries to run him over. And then that's about where it starts.
Oh, shit.
So don't really know what the argument was about. He just said the guy started cursing at him or whatever.
But he was off duty, like... This looks like a patrol
this
car.
is his house. Yeah, that's his house. Oh. That's the cop's house.
Maybe I can understand.
That's his Ring doorbell. Yeah. So he goes out to see what the hell the Jeep's doing. He says the guy starts yelling and cursing at him. Tries to run him over. Yep. Hits the mailbox in a tree. He runs. I think that's his radio. I don't know why he tossed it, but
his cell phone.
Oh, I still don't know why you toss it, but
this guy dies. I'm gonna be honest. This guy dies. I'd shoot him walking away like that. Fuck that guy. He's already tried to kill you. Oh, now he's driving away. Can't shoot him now.
Yeah.
You can do it
so
then.
He actually got run over. Yeah. So he actually got run over and hit. He fired. He didn't hit the guy at all. And he only had minor injuries from getting run over like that, which is amazing. And then other officers showed up and arrested the guy. But yeah. Freaking wild.
Also, hashtag stay strapped or get clapped. Should have had his gun on him. I'm a little disappointed, but...
Yeah, but if you're going to go just talk to a random person...
I don't get my mail without a gun. Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but...
Oh, this is the one where it has the comment that I wanted to talk about. Because somebody asked, it should be down. I think we commented on it. I think it's like one with... Is it the top one? I forget. I know it's in our notifications.
No, you're talking about the security guard guy.
No. This was that comment was on this video.
Oh.
Or they're like, where somebody was like, well, why would you stand in front of a car?
I wouldn't. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's super.
Yeah.
bad.
And then the one guy said, well, obviously to stop him from leaving.
No, you fucking.
And then
idiot.
that's when I commented back. No. What was it? Oh yeah. Fun fact: human bodies don't do jack shit to moving vehicles.
I am always going to be team.
Because he said, force them to stop. Those were the exact words. And I was like, how are you going to force them to stop with your squishy meat body?
No, I'm always going to be against trying to detain a car on foot. It's fucking stupid. No.
Here it is. Okay.
Dumb.
Yeah, here's so why go back out? You called for backup. He's leaving. You already covered that. You're like, fuck that guy. But it's like, where is it? He said, okay, to force the vehicle to stop so he could make the arrest. Next stupid question. I said, fun fact, a human body can't force a moving car to do a goddamn thing. And then he said, fun fact, most rational suspects know that running over a cop is an extremely serious charge. No. The fear of that will force the average suspect to stop. Unfortunately for this one, he is neither average nor rational.
The last officer from my department that tried to detain a car with his body ended up shooting that suspect and killing him. He's currently unemployed, potentially facing charges. And that's par for the course. That's going to be most police departments' policy, and that's going to be how state law is going to look at it. In that, now, mind you, this guy left the road to go hit him, so maybe he's covered because, pedestrians have right of way, not on the roadway, because you're leaving the roadway to go hit this guy. But like, there is not a single rational person that trains police officers that's gonna tell you, yeah, you should. That's some dust level training shit to sit there and say, oh, just stand in front of the car to detain it. Yeah, that's a good way to get fired.
Yeah.
Just like the dumb bitch that had to punch the chick a bunch of times. Yeah, maybe don't put yourself in a position to get kicked. Part of that is your fault. When you're standing in the fatal funnel and someone blows a cannon-sized hole in your chest because you were standing in the doorway, part of it's the guy's an asshole for shooting you through his doorway. But the other part of it's like, maybe you shouldn't be standing there.
Maybe don't bet your life on this suspect being rational and average.
Go. He's figured it out.
Are you kidding me?
And that cuts both ways. Don't assume that this officer is going to do the job the way that he's supposed to do it as a citizen, right? Go win your time in the courts. If you're Pastor Brown and out there saying, I'm not going to identify myself, whatever, elect not to identify, but don't give a big attitude. You can say that. That's your right to not identify. But, understand that it's probably going to annoy the shit out of this guy, and he's probably going to want to do a further investigation, all because you didn't want to give your name to make it less suspicious. I live here. My address is right there. I'm watering my neighbor's thing. Call my neighbor. Here's my neighbor's phone number. He can verify that he's the owner of the house. I'm supposed to be here watering it. Because the situation gets completely dissolved. In this situation, don't fucking go talk to some random person. Now, if somebody's being creepy in front of your house, call the police. A novel concept. Maybe don't go and interact with this weird person parked in front of your house in your flip-flops and a fucking pair of shorts. It's just my
You know what this reminds me of? One of our earlier, one of our first couple of streams, I think, there was the one off-duty cop who was there was the armed robbery that happened at the gas station down the street, and the guy comes over to his house and tries to get in, and the guy decides that he's an off-duty cop, he's going to go out there and then go confront the guy. Yeah. The guy ends up getting his gun, the cop's gun, because he'd already thrown his own gun away, and shooting that guy. Yeah. And shooting the cop. Yeah. And then breaking into his house. And it's just think things through a little bit more,
Yeah, just because you've done the thing doesn't mean you should be doing it. Especially when you're off duty, your duty to intervene reduces substantially. You also don't have all your tools on you. You don't have, I don't know. I'm team Gandalf.
Didn't even have your gun on you.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Unless you're ready for an armed conflict like that, what are you doing even approaching? And part of that's also just having some street smarts and being like, hey, I'm probably not approaching this guy. That guy's probably pretty fucking weird. I can call the police, or if I'm going to approach a potentially weird guy, I'm probably not doing it unarmed. If I'm that motivated to go in and intervene, and that's with anything, understand your limitations as a person. Do I have empty hand skills? Do I have any of this kind of stuff? This isn't rocket science. Those are all of our clips. We're going to end a little bit early.
We're not doing the security guard?
Oh, where is it? I don't have it.
It's in the Discord.
Oh, shit. Looking. Stand by.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you added it and then I added it 3 times. It's before the K9. Yeah, it's before the K9 Boris one. It's literally after this video. It's one down from that.
Shit. I'm scrolling through a lot. No.
And then Poofy had the short film. I don't think we're gonna watch Poofy's short film. Sorry, Poofy.
Poofy, sorry, it's gonna be another stream, my guy. I have to go mend a fence with my wife because I ruined a whole thing that she cooked by not putting it up. Whoa, that was a loud yell. Oh, we also got to cover this one. I'm gonna cover it real quick. Hold on, because this actually made the thumbnail. Copy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna cover this one first. So if you haven't watched this, I'll drop a link here. I'll drop a link. You guys can kind of watch the whole thing. It's not very long. Where's the chat? Here yours. Juan is a Discord. Juan, what's a Discord?
Oh, what's a Discord? So Discord is where we collect all of these clips from our wonderful Patreon subscribers. If you would like to join our Patreon, it is $1 a month. There is a link on the screen right now. You can't click it. It's the URL, not the link. But you can go there, join our Patreon. It is as little as $1 a month. And that lets you have access to our Discord. And our Discord is where we talk to all of our Patreon subscribers, describe what content we're going to cover, what videos we're going to talk about. You also can talk shit to us 24/7 on there. So That's what Blankforge does.
So this was recorded by a third party, which I'm perfectly okay with. I'm always team record stuff. You're in a public place. I don't feel bad for you. Deputies at Mulberry,
Arkansas. Yeah.
Arkansas, fucking Arkansas. Damn it. I'm gonna count this real quick. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So in 21 strikes, I didn't see a single instance of any of these things attempting to place this person under control, which means in a handcuffed position where they're a secured person, right? Oh, and then they end up threatening. What do they say here? They say something to these guys?
They do. So the audio on the original clip, I believe this clip just took the audio out because there was it was music and then there was like them talking, but it sounded really bad.
Yeah.
And so I think they just took it out because you couldn't really tell what they say. But I think it was something like "get the hell out of here," something like that.
Yeah, I understand telling somebody to leave. It is a public place, whatever. But I think this guy spit on somebody, possibly injured another officer. I'm not saying the guy over here getting...
They said he took a swing and spit at an officer.
Okay, so took a swing and spit at an officer. I've had both those things happen to me. That an excuse beating the shit out of somebody. If you're not beating the shit out of somebody in the attempt to try to get them in handcuffs, that's one thing. But you're just holding them down and just beating them. Maybe he's armed. I don't think he's armed in this instance. It would be pretty obvious because this guy's just kind of holding his hands out like this. My issue with it from a tactic standpoint is knee strikes don't do anything and punches don't do anything to get somebody's hands behind their back. I don't care if you ripped his tendon off, putting him to get his hands behind his back because you had to use a leverage-based technique. He shouldn't be resisting. The problem is none of this is accomplishing that goal, and that's to put him into handcuffs. All this is doing is potentially injuring him and yourself. That also being said, if you cannot get punched or spit at without reacting like a toddler, probably shouldn't be a cop. Had worse than spit and kicked on happen to me and didn't end up beating someone on the ground like this. Plenty of video of me arresting people. There's plenty. I can't think of a single arrest I did after like 2019 that didn't have somebody videotaping me. Do you want to know why you can't find it on the internet? Because they didn't post it. Because all you saw was, "Sir, please stop complying." Well, that person's screaming in agony. Well, it looks like I'm giving them a tactical hug.
You stop resisting as opposed to stop. You said stop complying.
Oh, sorry. Stop resisting. Sorry. That's my dyslexia.
Sir, please stop complying so I
Stop
can
complying because I want to punch you in the face. That thought happened a few times, but no, but so it's I don't know. I just this is really unexcusable. I really don't have any issue with the people filming this. I don't have any people with the people complaining about this. Everyone that's like, well, he did whatever, could have shot an officer in the face. If he throws that gun on the ground and lays down, you got to take that guy into custody. It's shitty, but that's the nature of the beast. That's the expectation that you're going to be held to. If you don't want to do that, quit. That's why I'm gone. I don't feel like I got tired of playing the high road, so I left. It's that simple. Do you want to wear the uniform? I had to put up with it. Other people have to put up with it. You are being paid to take the high road. You are being paid to potentially put yourself in harm's way for the safety and security of everyone, including people that are being taken into custody. When they present a situation where they're a deadly threat and you can't go and arrest them, guess what? You get to shoot them. That's your job. I cover officers that are smoking dudes. Very first video we covered, or I think it was like a third video we covered. Went in there, swinging a samurai sword at the family or whatever, kicks the door open, he doesn't comply, he gets shot. But I even said, and I quote, "I'm sad he got taken into custody alive because he's a piece of shit for holding his family hostage." There's no excuse for that. I've had worse. Plenty of officers than me have had worse and have managed to take people into custody without looking like a piece of shit. Also, that is not a reasonable punishment for whatever happened. I don't care what it is. And that's constitutionally protected. We'll go deal with mall cop and then we'll be done.
Yeah.
A private security guard.
Hit me once!
Here we go.
You move this vehicle again, I will fire!
A confrontation over trespassing between low.
Shout out to Daniel. This is police not.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's why I use this video. I want to
This is
shout out Daniel.
Shout out
See,
to
Daniel, you also get shout outed by us.
Shout out to
It's not the
Daniel
only-
at Police Law News.
Yeah.
See that we're
I
subscribed.
know you got some fancier, bigger friends now, but don't forget
we are subscribed.
the OGs.
And I'm going to turn on the bell notifications. You guys should do that. You guys should do that.
Yes. Yeah, go subscribe to Police Law News. He does a great job
Dan
covering
does a
this
great
stuff.
job. We're going to watch a little bit of this.
Logan Gimbel, a private security guard, and a man named Freddie Nelson and his wife escalated unnecessarily to a fatal shooting. We'll have some final thoughts after this wild body cam video from the security guard.
You're not going to watch Daniel's. You're going to hear ours. So.
Yeah. We're skipping his.
You refusing to leave my property?
So that was mace that he just sprayed in the car.
So this is a criminal trespass in progress. This is a misdemeanor at best. He is a security guard, so he's allowed to control how people come and go. But criminal trespass, at least in Texas, is enforceable by law enforcement. They're actually in a public access aspect of that property, so technically that they're allowed to be here. They just can't stay here. Shout out to the porn bots that are in the thing.
Yeah, again? Okay.
I told you to leave property.
I did want to say...
I told you to leave property. You've been trespassing.
I believe in
warned.
this portion, he's actually, the security guard has actually pulled his truck in front of them, preventing them from exiting.
This is called unlawful restraint. The only difference between this and kidnapping is you're not moving them.
Multiple time.
There, I did my mod.
Hit it again. Oh my god, the
Get the f out the vehicle now! You already tried to hit me once! You move this vehicle again, I will fire!
He is detaining a vehicle with his body. We've talked about this. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's unreasonable. You also can't detain people like this in a public parking lot if you're security 9 times out of 10. Minus there being some wild bullshit that's going on, like a kidnapping or something like that. And you're going to have to be, or you're going to have to articulate, this is effectively a citizen's arrest that's being attempted here. Because he's not a commissioned officer.
I guess he wasn't actually fully pinning them in. The article said he was pinning, like, blocking their exit. Maybe he did that earlier and moved it.
Either way.
Pull the vehicle at me!
Yeah.
Right now! Oh my god! You... Oh my god! You already tried to hit me in the vehicle once! And that is assault! You also used pepper spray! You've been trespassed from the property multiple times! Freddie! 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 Ah!
Yeah, it's not going to go well for here. I'll tell you right now, this is going to be 2nd degree, probably. I'm going to call it murder. I don't think it's 1st degree. I don't know if you're going to have a hard time causing premeditation here. Probably also aggravated assault on the lady. They're probably going to just dump that one in there for funsies. Yeah, dude. This is just not a good look. You're a security guard. And even in law enforcement, like, for a criminal trespass, dude, I'd probably let this guy go, to be honest. Like, unless it's something egregious or I can articulate something else, like, I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of homeless people at Walmart. Like, you gotta chill. Yeah, don't detain people with your body. Let me see if I can get to it again. Oh.
You mean the portion where he standing in front of it? Yeah, right there.
This is called detaining a car with your body. Don't do that shit. So he tries to leave. You cut off his avenue of... This is what I was going to go down in court. So you're telling them that they got to go, right? But then, as they're getting in their car and rolling up the windows, you try to forcibly enter your way into their car, OC them, which is going to make it very hard for them to leave because driving after getting OC is going to be really fucking hard. Then you stand in the only area they have to actually drive away while you're pointing a firearm at them, you know, and then smoke this guy. Even if this guy was a police officer, you're looking at prison time.
I told you to stop and do not angle the vehicle at me! One right now!
To be fair, though, these guys are also crackheads. But these are innocent crackheads that were mowed down by an idiot. So, I don't know. Don't be confrontational. You don't know if the mall cop you know is going to be a fucking murderer or a dumbass. This is all stupid. Yeah, this guy's probably 100% going for second degree. Shout out. Get Off Gaming's also going for second degree. Blank Forge is saying that that's straight murder as opposed to curved murder. Don't know what the difference is. It's probably a Houston thing. And I can't see it first, but there's a list of other charges. Say hello to life in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So you have unlawful restraint.
Yeah.
Unlawful restraint, aggravated assault, murder, and then this isn't in Texas, so the laws can apply a little differently. At least in Texas, you're pretty fucked. So yeah, I get to cover.
Yeah. Let's see what the Multnomah County Grand Jury Thursday returned a murder indictment against private security guards. So he at least got the murder indictment. It is a second-degree murder. Hey, look at you guys. With a second-degree murder with a firearm, unlawful use of a firearm, recklessly endangering another person, and 2 counts of second-degree unlawful use of mace.
Nice. Yeah, I figured they get him on the mace too, because I'm like, there's no threat here. He's just trying to leave. Like, you're being a dick.
Yeah, he tried to get in the car, and then when he couldn't, he tried to mace them through the window.
Blank. I can't with you. Ruben Ride, it's good to see you. Brian Porter, how do people like these get these jobs? Because nobody else wants those jobs. That's why. They're typically pretty low paying, and they're sketchy like that. It's just stupid.
Yeah, and their personality probably made them inadequate to serve in the police department.
100%. I'm going to end it with this. I want to thank our Patreon supporters for making this pretty awesome. We go live every Tuesday and every Thursday. If you're new to the channel, and you shouldn't be if you're watching this, if you've made it this far, you should subscribe if you're currently watching. Go ahead and like and comment on this video if you want to see more stuff like this or want to give suggestions. You have to join our Discord. And to join our Discord, if you want to give suggestions, it's $1 a month on our Patreon or more if you really love us. Pamela, Josh, better order pizza and flowers for your wife. 1,000% doing something to make it up for my wife because I really fucked up. So, Pamela, I do thank you for that. I will let you guys know in the Discord how it goes. And then for
next week is just going to be me because Josh will be dead.
Exactly, I'll be dead. Yeah, unfortunately, most of the guns are in here. Kinsey's probably waiting for me outside the door.
You'll be replacing that rice in the pot.
Anyways, put a baby Jesus in the chat for me because I got to go try to make it up to her. I want to thank everybody else that's here, and then go ahead and check out our other stuff. We are on TikTok and on Instagram. We also have more Officers React stuff that should be coming out. Producer Juan's been doing an awesome job of getting back on doing that kind of stuff. He's been busy, and we're taking up what little free time he has to get these things edited out. Give a lot of love to Producer Juan for that, because without him, none of this would get done, because I'm editing for my other job and whatever. He's faster at it than I am by a lot. He's also picky because he won't let me do a shitty job. So
yes, that's the other thing, too.
Go ahead and Bill should be coming back in a few weeks, maybe, and then we're going to look at doing either Tarkov or what was the other one that you just shared?
Oh, the one that it's literally called GTFO, and it was like it was a really cool co-op survivor game.
Yeah, so we're looking for some other videos for Tactical Tuesday. Those of you that are on Patreon, go ahead and give us some suggestions for ones that you can make. We did Earth Defense Force on Tuesday, and that was fun.
Yep.
So I want to thank everybody that's been really supportive of us. It has been really cool. We have some really cool stuff down the pipeline. We have to wait for some of it till Bill gets back. And then some other stuff. I might be doing some collaborations with other channels. Go check out Police Law News. Daniel's out there. Go check out Chris the Cop's channel. He's got some really cool stuff that he's been doing. And then go check out 68 Whiskey. That's 8 as in consumed, ATE.
Like what Josh will now be doing with the rice.
Exactly. So go ahead and go do all that stuff. And I appreciate you guys for watching.
Also, If you join our Patreon and are on our Discord, we do have an after party after each stream. So we
Yes.
go on there and we talk for a little while. Josh, we'll see how long he can actually stay on that.
Juan can make this after party. I'm gonna go make sure.
This after party is probably going to be just me. But I will also say we are going to be starting to do watch parties. So we're going to just like get together and watch different things. We've got like episodes of Cops on the line, different movies, all kinds of stuff. So we're just trying to, there's also story time with Josh where he doxes himself and shows you around the city he patrolled and tells you all the sketchy things he did.
I share body
So
cam.
if you want to be part of that,
I
he
do,
does.
I
Yeah,
do.
it's cool.
Yeah, I'm getting some body cam for some of that stuff. So for those,
You
of
want
guys
to see a
that
dead body?
Y'all want to see a dead body? Let me show you guys. So, anyways,
but if you want to be part of all of that, that is all Patreon only, and that is all on our Discord. So if you are a member of our Patreon and you are not on our Discord, if you want to know how to get on there, if you don't know how, just message me on Patreon, message us on Patreon, and we'll get you on there.
Cool.
So you don't miss out.
Until next time, thank you for riding 2-man with us. Peace. Go join Juan in the after party. We are off.
All right.